stream. Welcome to sitting and waiting for a little while. We had a bit of a miscommunication on our start time, so we're just kind of chilling for minutes before but I thought I'd hop on my usual time anyway. Figured might as well. Hope everybody's doing alright today. Pretty chill week. So far, it's almost over, sadly. Definitely get used to having a weekend. It is what it is. Anyway. Should be a pretty good week coming up, I think. Last week was a bit busy, but this next week hopefully will be a little smoother. Kind of depends on how a couple things go. But, we shall see. Trade will go nicely tonight. So I wanted to fourth floor and for the first time really, and then just for grants. Last time, completely blind to it. Because what we said was nearsighted. We had seen some guide or something, but hadn't really gotten very far with it. So hopefully we'll make some good progress tonight. See how they. So we've got tonight, tomorrow night. Allow us to make some progress. Reset on Tuesday, of course. Tuesday, hopefully a good, quick one shot of 1 and 2, and maybe even a nice one shot of 3. Still gonna need some practice on 4. Or on 3, we just got our first clear this week. See how that goes. Looking at a text guide to exactly how this works. It's gonna be a little challenging to remember. First few tries. Who does the tethers? Who does the Z's? Roll call. I think we'll get there. First people don't get tethers. Second group that doesn't get hit. Z's. looks like we're gonna have to figure out stack or spread for. Victor's right on that, but. Let's see, where was that? Hey, Mirand.
This is just a intercardinal.
Fuck. The millicam is not on yet.
Damage as the boss essentially sucks ether out of them. All 4 of the DPS are targeted. It's always either all DPS or all tanks healers. Whoever gets hit here can't take.
How was your day, Mirand? Seems like that's the easiest way to do it.
Hey,
I know I was trying to see what was up with Mirand today, but he's
Badger.
it's really rude that he doesn't pay apps loaded all the time.
Of course. He should know. Huh?
Oh, I guess everybody's waiting till the last minute to get on. You don't have going on right now.
I mean, I don't usually get on till about 10 till we go in.
I mean, like even in game.
Oh. Hmm. I can't check right now. I'm stuck in Glamour Dresser.
This is very important. Interesting to see how it goes tonight, huh?
It's gonna be one of those nights.
I think it'll be good. I think if we can get through tethers and disease, start getting through that pretty cleanly into squares. Showtime.
Setting the
Setting
scene?
yeah. With some, at the very least, you know, getting the kinks worked out. Nice. Did you watch past part 1?
No.
I didn't either.
We're gonna have a lot of coordination that if this, then this, if this, then this, because spread positions, even in light groups around tornadoes, were a little difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
So spread groups, this half of the room, this half of the room for P3 was difficult. So spread groups with half of the room unoccupiable.
Yeah.
From a knockback. Yeah, it's we're gonna have some growing pain.
Makes sense.
And then, you know, if it's a spread group, if it's stat group, I mean, there's some stuff we have to figure out.
Apparently my my tag for the content channel, Savasana, is the Poggies Warrior.
I blame Raven.
That seems fair. That'll be the first and last time I acknowledge that that title. But you know, whatever works. Is Raven the new Tui? No. I think Raven would eat Tui for lunch.
Very much so.
Hurry up and get on, I'm ready to go. Stuff.
I want them all! I want them all!
Kill Discount Dracula. Or what you call him, Discount Dante?
Yeah. Bad thing is I'm not even sure which game that was from.
Dante?
Mm-hmm.
It's from show. Oh, Dante? It was from Devil May Cry.
Ah, that's right.
But so probably think. Can't remember. Brain dead. Saving all my brains for Are clear. Nope.
Brain.
I one shot it tonight. Which, from a lore perspective, is true. Fuck, I hit it and I jumped off. People seem to be enjoying Elden Ring.
Watching people die to it? Or actually playing it?
Both, I suppose.
Okay.
I was watching Speg before coming in here. I think his enjoyment level might have been a little lower at that point, because I think he was in a zone above his level. I know like nothing about those games, so I can't really speak. He was doing better than I would, that's for sure.
Which is why they want you to play.
Which is why they want me to play, yeah.
Make them feel better about themselves.
I still kind of like Kurosa's idea of, you know, for every sub I get makes me play the game longer or something.
Aha. You might not want to call people's bluff like that. Okay.
Of course, I have to actually activate my ability to have subs before that works, but keep a faith sub, by the way, if you want.
What? Nah.
I'm around a lot of people seem to be playing it these days. That and Lost Ark seem to be pretty popular these days. Lost Ark? Is that right? Yeah. Lost Ring, Elden Ark.
Hey, parent.
Yo.
Somebody's not talking.
Said yo in chat.
Ah. I would... No, I did not have chat up. Oh my god, a lot of lava.
You made it any further in 10?
I am not paying 1500 gil for a die that's not Foundation.
Your mic's not plugged in, so if you unmute us, we'll be blasted by weed music and humming. Thank you for sparing us. Now that we're actually in 4, I don't want to overwrite the music in game because it's so good. So good to be at least something different. 3 tiers of
now
the
we
same
get
music.
guitar.
Hmm?
Now we get guitar.
Yeah. Now we jamming. Almost to the first Seymour fight.
Seymour? Oh god, they put Seymour in this game. Holy shit.
He's playing 10.
When I first played 10, I could not do the first Seymour fight. I leveled my character so horribly that I basically soft-locked myself and I had to restart. Like the whole game. And then I soft-locked... And then I made it farther. I made it all the way to the final boss. And I leveled my character so horribly. Again. That I soft-locked myself and I had to restart all the way to the beginning. Again.
How do you...
I don't understand how you lock yourself where you...
How do you level badly?
I could understand in like, what was it, 12 when you could choose the path for your...
And then all of a sudden you have to play with the other group?
So what? How I did the sphere grid was, I would do it, right? But I wouldn't let every party member get experience. So there would be times where like someone who was like particularly strong, like Orin, I would probably go like 20 hours without even using him. And when I was using people, if I saw a skill that was outside of their main path in the spear grid, I would purposely just like let them go off their own path, and it would cripple their stats.
So you leveled badly, exactly as you said.
I leveled badly.
Did you
I had a
do it on
friend who was
purpose?
playing. Oh, go ahead.
I didn't know it would get that bad. I didn't know it would snowball that hard. I was like, oh, Riku can learn Thundara if I take her off this path. Okay, cool. Now for the next 15 hours, she's gonna do nothing but learn +1 magic points. And then she'll get Thundara.
Yeah. Oops.
But yeah, once I
I
figured
hope
out...
you enjoyed staring at Seymour that much.
I actually still did enjoy the game, despite the fact that I replayed it twice before actually finishing it. It's still my second favorite Final Fantasy game.
I had a friend who was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and ran into an area that was way above his level, and couldn't figure out how to get back out. Like the pass that he kept trying, it kept coming back. He kept getting killed. So I think he just stopped playing the game.
Rough.
He didn't have an earlier save?
I guess not. I don't know.
That's why you always
That's why
keep
we
multiple
rotate our
saves.
saves.
Yep. So hi, Dean.
Hello.
What's up, DM? We're starring in the next season of Castlevania. Let's go.
I didn't agree to this.
I mean,
I did and I didn't, I guess.
you agreed to raid before you knew what it was.
Yeah. I didn't sign up to fight Dracula.
Okay, I have my anti-goth measures out.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's
Wait,
wrong with
anti-goth?
Dracula?
Wait, what about Raven?
What the fuck?
Yeah, Raven's immune. It's cowboy glam. See?
Today I learned Raven's immune to cowboys.
She's from Texas. She's immune.
I pretend I do not see them. That's about it. I finally got like 15 achievements off of Civ 6, I think.
Sick.
Yeah. Dude, it's
Alright.
hard. The highest level shit to play is so fucking hard.
You play on deity?
Yeah.
Sims?
Oh my god,
Civ
no thanks.
6.
Oh, Civ! I thought you said Sims. I'm like,
Nah. So I haven't played Sims in like 2 months.
Played Sims.
Pretty fun, pretty fun. Recommend.
I can only play Civilization if it's 5 and if I'm using mods and I purposely make myself overpowered.
I mean,
how I have
I
fun.
like 5 better, but I never finished the game in 6, so I was like, yeah, let's go with the hardest difficulty. Easy. That was so hard. I won though, so it's okay.
It is a fun game though.
It is a fun game. I like to play with other people, but I
You
know
know,
that
I
I'm bad at it.
can't play Lost Start for more than an hour without getting, crashing, so might as well play that.
Have you tried not crashing?
Oh, I wish this PC would listen to me.
Oh. It should be other than the summoner.
Hey Raven, we should play Civ 5.
No, that means I'd have to reinstall it.
Ha!
I've already made plans with Hunter, though, to play Civ 6 and Poppy, and apparently Zabu.
Well shit, now I guess I have to download Civ 6.
Sounds like it.
Since
Right.
everybody else is
Sounds
playing
like
it.
Outvoted.
Alright guys, so here's the thing. If we wipe to Blood Rake, the first Blood Rake, everyone owes me 10 gil.
No,
Just 10? Jeez. Man, you're
I'm not giving
When
you shit.
you're one of the people responsible for putting Adel up, I do not trust.
Wow.
Wow.
I can only crest as much as I can.
I mean,
but-
that's like the ultimate. Y'all owe me. I don't have to do this, and I kill
Breaks own leg.
everyone. Like, no.
I'm
I'll
watching.
trust that.
See, okay, but like, you know, it could be Adria
Okay,
that kills
but
everybody
are
by
we
not
wrong?
putting
Alright.
Abby on.
Give me just one more minute.
You have incentive not to.
I have to apologize and say I really didn't study this week. I had a lot of projects due this week, so if I die, that's my fault. I apologize.
Where are your
Raven,
priorities?
you were being responsible by doing actual real life work instead of stupid video game work.
Dude,
You're supposed
I
to
got
study,
put up.
man.
I got put up with like 3 projects this week, and I was like, "Yep, that's great. Love that."
I can't believe you.
It's so it's a lot of fun and stuff to finish and things. But then she was like, "Class, you were supposed to do this," so she was like, "You can redo it again." And I was like, "I guess."
Hey, Prof, I'm trying to fight a sexy vampire this
I
time.
know, right?
This is too much on my
Shit.
plate.
I'm trying to fight a sexy goth man.
You automatically get an A. Okay, please carry on.
I don't even think like I've already like used 14 stuff in my projects, and they're like, "I really like your creativity." I'm like, "Thanks, Yoshi P did it for me."
Our creativity.
Our creativity.
I feel you, Raven. When I was taking a philosophy course, I wrote a whole paper, and I based it off of. I based like my philosophy paper off of Persona 5.
It's okay. It's okay. I used to do it with WoW too, but then I was like, nah.
Okay, but I got an A on it, so
I also got an A on mine. I got a 97 actually. Don't know where those other 3 points went, but okay.
Alright,
That's right. Sing it. Sing it, DM.
No.
here we be.
Red deep.
Okay. YOLO next.
Let's get
So-
those. Let's just get past blood rake and then figure out.
Yeah, I understand it now. I did some study.
So,
tonight.
are we gonna do the ones
tank
who don't need it
healers.
stack for the disease and
Yeah, those who don't need the disease, or those who are, we'll just stack. So we'll start stacked, like tank healers north, DPS south,
Mm-hmm.
and then, we'll just call it out. Who needs what? How did I actually know who needs what? We can go from there.
Did I hear a yawn?
No.
obviously hearing things. Get your hearing check, please.
Well, the way I
If you
look,
get both, neither.
the way I actually look at who doesn't get the first
Yeah.
tether. And
I don't
then,
like
like,
that.
if you
That's
don't
what I
get the
look
first,
at
if you
too.
don't get the first blood break, you get tethers. If you don't get the second blood break, you get disease. And then I'll just call it which rolls are getting what. And if here you roll twice, you get both. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Savage nobles conjuring.
It's just nice not seeing that bird in your face.
Oh, my eyes.
Now we have
Not having everything be orange.
My eyes still don't see a problem, but whatever.
Oh, we'll be back here on back to P3 on Tuesday. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Don't you worry, my boy.
We have reclears.
We still have those.
Don't worry, little brother, there are more.
I'm glad I get to miss out on one day of that, so I can go relax.
Wait, yeah, which day were you?
I already posted it. Didn't I?
Yeah.
It's pinned.
I mean,
It's pinned.
I'll be back in like 2 days afterwards.
Alright, short,
It's re-clears, it's whatever.
countdown
Alright.
here goes.
Short countdown.
Let's go.
I don't
0
know what
DPS.
Never met a
Let's go.
countdown before, I don't know what this is.
I will only cascade.
Get some tank sealers. Start. Wait, does he do a tank buster before? Blood Rage or
It's
no?
No,
after
no.
Blood Rage.
Okay. So the other way right.
Blood Rage. DPS.
Okay, so tank sealers get tethers. This does nothing. Yeah. Okay, and DPS get the disease. Tank sealers tethered, DPS disease.
stay stacked down here.
Yep, we'll stay stacked. Spread it to each other.
Alright, I already have it.
People who
Okay.
Raven and Adra.
Oh wait, oh they come up. Yeah, right.
Tether.
Then y'all come get the tether.
Someone needs to go get that tether.
Oh, wait, was I supposed to grab that then? That was on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Two,
were
it's
supposed
we're
to
gonna
take.
get the tethers.
We were supposed to take disease.
Gotcha.
Decline that. Yeah, tank healers get tethers there. We'll have for the tethers. We should have assigned spots to take them to, so that we're not. So after everyone gets their disease. Actually, no. Usually we. So DPS come up and get their stuff.
I mean, once everybody who needs it has their disease, couldn't they stack up either south
Right. Yeah.
or
So
north,
they
wherever
come
are,
up.
and then
They come up. Yeah.
the other group comes sweep through to get the tethers.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's the general census of how to do it.
So if you
Yeah, so basically DPS will run up and grab it from, or vice versa. And then if you have the disease stacked like out south from the boss, like max melee, and then the other group, because then all the tethers will end up, and then the other group can stand like intercepting that group, right? That's how
Yeah.
I've seen it in the guide.
Yeah. I kind of, when I just see it, I just go grab and go back to my spot. That's usually how I do it.
How long does it take for the debuff to spread? Like, is it pretty
it's
quick?
I think it's a tick. It's
It,
Mhm.
it,
Okay.
yeah.
Like
the
you can
only
wait like 2 seconds and then
the only
everybody
issue
will have it.
with what we're doing is if one DPS goes in early and then as they're passing,
passes it to
gives
somebody
it to the one that's coming in after, and then that person doesn't have it anymore and is immune to it. So just be careful when you're, or you know, if tanks and healers do the same thing. Just be careful that you don't hand it off to your patriot as you're running in and out.
If you just wait a couple seconds, then everyone who's stacked should be immune, so you'll be fine.
Okay.
Let's count down.
Why is he in front of the stairs that we went up, or did we go down the stairs? I'm confused.
Down.
So
Oh.
those downstairs lead to Abyssos, which is the next tier.
Don't look at me.
Unless this is anti-tower.
I'm just,
Yeah, we go
Yeah.
backwards.
Up to down.
look, man, I just exist.
DPS get tethers. And tanks healer get the disease. Oh, yeah, I already got it. So,
So, what, do I grab it from somebody now?
Yeah,
Or?
Jean, go grab it from. Nope.
and then DPS.
Oh.
Gets,
Take it from me.
Shit, I grabbed it from you.
it's gotta be
I'm
easy
gonna
way.
die because I don't have the roll call. So, okay, you take it from the DPS.
Dude, this
Okay.
is so annoying when doing decisional stuff.
Director's Balloon throws out the and then Birds
Well-
of Flanders throws out the tethers.
Not watch video.
I'm gonna stay to the side.
So,
Yeah,
so
so-
DPS were supposed to stay stacked until Diversa Balloon was cast, and then we get the diseases.
Yeah.
Yeah, so- so,
I stole it from Min after she went back.
Gene, that time we needed tanks and healers needed the disease. And the
Okay.
DPS were gonna do the tethers. So since the DPS didn't need the tethers, they collapsed on top of each other south, so that they would get immune, basically. And then whoever it'll put disease on 2 people who need it and 2 people who don't. So say you and I needed it but didn't have it, and we needed to run through the DPS group to grab a disease off of them. and then
Okay.
run back. And then the DPS, who needed the tether at that time, would come north to grab the tethers off of the tanks and healers if that's the way it had landed. Ideally, we probably should have all stacked up north to make it easier for tethers to be grabbed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that instance, ideally, we would have been spread out to start off with so that you don't accidentally take it from Min, say, because Min needed it,
Right.
and then she would be immune. So spread out, DPS would have collapsed. We would have, you and I, say, would have run through the DPS group to grab disease off of them, and then all the tanks and healers could have collapsed north, so that all the tethers are in the same place, and the two tethered people who have tethers yet could have come grab tethers off of them.
Once all the tanks and healers have the disease, it doesn't matter if we
You can't
touch each
spread
other.
it, yeah.
Right.
So we collapse down, and then DPS can take the tethers easier.
Okay.
What I've seen in guides though, rather than have the like the tanks and healers would collapse, but they would collapse like
Max melee almost or something.
max melee south of the boss. Or unless you want to have the DPS come up north as well. But basically it would bait all 4 tethers in one direction, and then the group that's taking tethers would all be in front, and then they would all automatically get all 4 tethers.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too. It actually, I think, works a lot better than everyone just like being not max melee up there.
Explain that, Tim.
Okay, so
Mhm.
basically how it would go is here. I'm gonna take the waymarks away. Here. So everyone's spread out. Let's use that as an example. So the tanks healers had the disease. So once we grabbed it from the DPS, we would go. So let's say the DPS are like stacked here. We would go behind them. Max melee. I don't know what the range is on spreading it, but from what I've seen in the guides, like the DPS can be.
I mean, at that point, DPS can't keep it, right? So it doesn't matter. So if we ran through them, even if you already had disease, you're not going to give it to somebody who already had it.
Right. Well, it does.
The only
It does actually fall
downside-
off.
Eventually it does, yeah, but it's got a little bit of a timer to it.
But anyway, then all the 4, like if all 8 people are basically stacked in 2 separate groups here and here, all the tethers are gonna run from him all the way south. But then DPS, if they
DPS
needed them,
spread.
are gonna grab them, and then they can go. Basically, one would go like here, another the melee would stay, and then the other ones would like
It's less
go a
movement,
little further.
ultimately.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do either way. Like I said in Discord already, like whatever we pick, we just need to stick to it if it works the best.
Because that is how it is kind of done in the second part as well. Everyone, like all the tethers go in one direction, everyone grabs them and then splits. Everyone stacks middle, grabs a tether, and splits.
I mean, if tanks and healers are north and DPS are south, whoever needs the tethers can just wait mid, can't they?
Yeah.
Then nobody would really have to move except take one step in, one step
Yeah,
out.
you could do it that way too.
Because that's how it has to happen during towers, is you have to wait mid because everybody's already spread out.
As long as everyone who's getting their disease gets it quick and stacks right back up,
Yeah.
north or south respectively. Like if it's DPS and stack south, then tanks healers can take a step down. So let's do it that way then.
I mean, I can always pop true north for that, so I'm not moving wildly.
Okay, so I was just rehearsing in my brain. What are we changing?
So
I don't think we're really.
okay, the group that's getting the disease are gonna quickly grab their disease and run. Like if it's tanks healers, they're gonna go stack back up north. DPS is gonna stack back south. And then the one that's taking the tether can just be like right on the boss's hitbox. And then the 2 that need the tether can just take a step up and grab it.
So we're not doing the stack and stack behind.
No.
No, because when you think about it, that involves like the two people that already have the disease that don't need to run south now need to run all the way south, and the boss is gonna flip.
It's a lot more movement compared to what we're doing.
Okay,
So let's give that a try.
clear as mud.
So if you need tethers, just kind of stack mid, grab it, and then are we kind of basically spreading if you have the tethers around certain clock spots, or
We can assign spread position.
But-
Or if we have clock spots, just take the tether like roughly in the direction of the clock spot.
it does not matter to me. I just want to start figuring
So-
out timings and
So 4D
4D-A2.
are gonna be for tanks and healers, and the bottom half is gonna be for DPS.
We could do it that way, yeah.
that's fine.
4D-A2 and then 4C-B2 for DPS.
Alright.
Alright, let's give it a go.
I mean, I can max melee. I'm gonna have to hit the boss, though.
Let's make it till we make it.
Yeah, I need to see this more.
I hate the clock positions for this.
Don't worry, guys, it's just gonna get harder.
Hello.
Phase 2 is easy.
My elephant hat.
What is that?
For my bars.
Don't do that here.
Stack up. Okay, DPS are getting tethered. And DPS are getting the disease. So we'll stay stacked. Yep, we're stacked up. So after this, we need the disease. Come get it from us.
Disease has been passed.
Get your disease.
Okay, come get the disease. No one's coming up here. Okay, cool. Okay. I guess you can get both at the same time.
Somebody-
And there's still one more tether. Ava missed each other.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I had the tether and then
Yeah,
they
that's the problem. Everybody coming in and grabbing tethers at once, pass it off, grab somebody else's tether.
Well, if the tanks and healers stay still, then it should. If it goes to another DPS, that's fine because like your DPS don't needed them there anyways.
One of the guides that I saw said that whichever group is trying to grab the tethers should really make sure that the whole group already has the tethers before they try to spread.
Yeah.
Because if you have it, and then you start running away, and someone else is coming in and runs through your tether, you no longer have a tether.
Also, at that point, too, us being in middle, if we're grabbing tethers, is still important. From
Okay.
other guides I've seen, too.
So when you come in
Yeah.
to grab a tether, just hang out for just a second until no tethers are on the
Yeah,
those
'cause
that
I'm
wish to
pretty-
not be tethered.
Pretty sure, because how things went, I ended up stealing Adra's tether.
Yeah, like DPS were really slow on getting those diseases. Like as soon as he casts that, and you like check your debuffs to see if you have the disease. If you don't, run straight up to us.
Honestly, as soon as he casts it and you don't have it, go get it right away.
Yeah, I
Because
wanted
you
to
guys
see
can't
how
pass
long
it to
could
each
wait.
other.
We can't.
Well,
we can't.
the
But, I
ones
was
who
waiting
have
to
it
see-
can pass it to the ones that don't.
The ones that do have it can pass it to the ones that don't, but once we all have it, we
Then,
can't
yeah,
pass it
that's
to each other.
I was waiting to like make sure that all four of you had immunity before I went in. Yeah, I
I
waited a
will
little
always
bit
go
too
right through him just to go get it if I need to. So
Well, yeah, I mean, all
It's
four of
not
us
gonna
won't
have all
them.
four of us.
The only
Two of us will.
yeah, no, I meant like if I'm going and getting for it.
No, but what
Okay.
parent said in that instance, two of the tanks and healers would have had disease to start off with, would have passed it to the other two tank and healer. They would have been immune. Two of them would still have it, so you'd have to wait.
Yeah.
So if you need it, you got to run in like immediately.
All right.
This is the hardest part, I promise.
No.
That's
It's the hardest part.
Christ.
The next hardest part.
Just move in and move out.
What do you
I think
mean?
that's hard.
All right, here goes the countdown.
Just gotta talk about it, and they don't make sense.
Yeah, it'll all make
Oh, we'll
sense.
get there. Been in for 10 minutes. I don't count last time.
All in the top.
I mean, I did not press that.
Punch
Whoops.
shield.
Okay, DPS are getting tethers. DPS are getting disease. Hey, you guys are getting all the points. Alright. So once he casts this, make sure you look at your debuff to see if you have the disease, the DPS.
Okay,
Those DPS that need it, come up here and get it. One person.
there we go.
Okay,
I'll come for
everyone's
the
got it?
tethers.
Okay, good. Okay, now grab the tethers from us. And spread out. Yeah. Yeah, there we
Nice.
go. Beautiful.
Like we knew what we were
Easy
doing.
mechanic for babies.
It's like we knew.
Buster, I'm
For babies.
Thank
I'm
Buster.
assuming you're gonna inform
Yeah.
this, right? So John's gonna inform the Buster. The second one will
It's
have
also
to
raid, right?
do the swap, and then I'll involve the third one.
Don't heal me until after the second hit. Let's just wasted.
Yeah.
Now you can heal me.
Okay.
You have my permission.
Imagine if you were a Dark Knight.
What's that?
Oh, that's sad.
In the grave. Oh, here's the annoying part. Let's go.
So now comes the dancing.
Do not be in the square that's going
It's
on.
gonna be lightning or water first, always.
It's lightning.
Lightning first.
So it's
Yahoo.
get away from the.
Lightning and red.
Lightning spread.
Ah,
How does it go further away?
spread.
That's not okay. Not too bad.
Knockback.
Water and shift.
And
South shift.
healer stack.
It's not back.
Was it cape?
We never
Oh,
talked
healer
about.
groups.
Not back.
It was scary.
We
Oops.
never talked
Party
about
sad.
healer stats. I don't think.
We should go over light party groups too.
Yeah, that's where I fucked up.
Well, I was a little off to the side, and that was
I was also a little off.
It's a very big
Oh.
knockback.
Does knockback work for both? Like if it's water and cape, will it last the whole time?
No.
It
If
will
you
if
time it right.
they're, yeah.
If they're
They said
right
it was
on
kinda
top of
tight,
each other,
though.
if it was right, if you, where it's if they're right on top of each other and you time it perfectly, yes. If not, no.
The hard part about that is everybody has to time it right.
But yeah,
That's kind of scary.
I would rather just get knocked
When people
back.
will, yeah, when people
it's so
will knock
it's
back
so
and
much
when they won't.
easier to get knocked back because if he's also popping that other one and moving to like south like he did, he's just gonna go back there anyway.
Yeah, I would rather pop the knockback for the cape, because the cape is a lot worse. Like the water knockback, just get
Oh, yeah.
knocked back to wherever, like, get
Safe
knocked
spot
back
is-
south. Yeah, to where he's gonna be, and then pop your knockback, or pop your knockback as you're getting knocked back.
What we
And then-
could do instead of what we have out now, we could put A up at the top where Alpha, Delta, and all that stuff is, and just call it that way.
Oh, like for
Connects. Yeah.
which way he's going?
Yeah.
Like which way?
That's
Which
what
is
it's the
southern.
that's the general
Where
I've
shift
seen.
is.
Yeah.
Well, I can still call the numbers.
I mean, you can do
just-
that. It doesn't matter.
I mean, shit, you
I
can
could
call
put them
pink,
out a
purple,
little.
blue, and
Yeah.
yellow.
What blue?
Oh my god.
Say 3. But yeah, what was our healer sticks?
Yeah, we
Wait, can
did-
they be the
probably
same
Oh
did
as
yeah,
it
P4S?
for
you do like parties.
Just make them the exact same as in P2.
It
Thank you.
doesn't matter. Do you want to be east or west?
You know, I'm always
Let's do this.
You gonna throw me off
I'm
on
always
west the
west.
entire tier until this one, but cool. Okay, so
And
does
I
that
thought I
mean?
was over
I
there. Go away.
Okay,
I can
so
switch it. I've just been with DM before, so
you're fine. So if the way we're set up now, if he does southerly shift and it's sword, then or is this how we're doing it, or is it if you're facing the sword, or
Huh?
like light party stacks. Like this is the direction we're getting hit in. We're
This
not.
is where the
No,
sword is right here.
This is your stack for when fire hits.
I understand that, but it's also paired with either knockback or sword. And
Okay,
are
so
we trying to be on one side or the other, or does one group?
yeah,
want to
so
be
if it's
underneath, or-
knockback and whatever, just try and angle. We can get into our groups preemptively. We get knocked back to whichever direction he's going. So if he's going south in this case, we would get knocked back to here. Like you can get knocked back at an angle, so we can preemptively stack up, get knocked back, and we're already in our groups. Like so, we would get knocked back southwest-ish, like south-southwest, like not completely into the corner, but like here. And you guys will get knocked back here.
What I'm trying to figure out is if we're going towards a sword. I don't care which sword it is. I'm just kind of setting up like 3 is the sword. My group is going to be to the left of the sword. If I'm running towards
if
that
you're
sword,
looking
or if
at
I'm
the
going
sword,
not
yes,
toward that
you were
sword.
going left.
That's what I'm
yes.
trying to figure out. Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Our
I
group is
just
going
didn't
right.
understand the
That's okay.
conversation. I'm sorry.
I'm left-handed. Everything is backwards in my
Same.
head, so I have to I have to set that up and get it in correctly, or I'm screwed. So.
Today's the day I found out that me and Min are both left-handed. It didn't occur to me that that's what you were talking about at first. I was like, wait, what do you mean? It makes more sense now. I have a hard time explaining stuff sometimes.
That's fine. That's why I have learned working with people that sometimes you have to ask the same question 3 different ways to get people to understand what you're asking.
Yeah, it's true. I've done the same too.
Okay. I think that.
For example, I have said what, like 3 times today.
Okay?
Okay.
Huh?
Like I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but thank you. Yeah, at least we got
But
some
hey, we got
fun.
past blood
We
rage,
did it!
the easiest mechanic in the fight.
Yeah, the DPS doing all the work over
Exactly.
here. We're just like, yep.
Yep, that was nice.
Might go
Nice.
backwards when I
Nice.
actually have to do something.
Yeah,
I have to fire occasionally.
Get our DPS, we're gonna attack them all.
Yeah, now it'll be like tank series.
Let's open PvP.
Doubt. He likes to
Thanks to
bully
everything
me.
this time. Correct.
He knows I think he's a hot vampire man.
Put up a shield.
Here he goes.
That's not good.
Yeah, because Parent's not in the bubble.
And he's not in heal range, so you won't have
So,
to
yeah,
man a ward or
tank
start
sealers
earlier.
are getting tethers. Tank sealers are getting tethers. And DPS are getting. So, tank sealers stack up.
Alright.
DPS gonna come get the disease. Come and get the disease. Come and get it. Oh, careful. Oh no, well, yeah, you guys both ran at the same time. That's tank sealers get tethers.
I'm gonna die.
Parent grabs one. Boy, yeah.
Sorry, team.
It's an easy mechanic for
It's okay.
spades.
Yeehaw! I'm going in.
I was kind of like, I'm gonna die anyways because I still have disease. Do I need to take? I should probably take the tether off somebody. And it was, yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
DPS
it
need
is-
to try and if you see another DPS running forward, just wait a second for them to grab it and run back.
Or kind of like go to the side, little askew. That might work too. You never know.
Yeah, because the 2 DPS there touched each other, and then that gave Willow the
Lewd.
and don't touch each other.
No touchies.
I'm only touching one person. It's this guy right here.
Sorry.
What? What?
I have questions.
No, I don't yes,
Actually, never mind. I take that back.
Alright, what are your questions?
I'd rather sleep tonight.
I'm all use.
DPS get tethers. DPS get. But this is how we beat it. Okay, we just get this pattern.
Disease.
Alright.
So we
Get
already
your
have
disease one at a time.
it. Already have it. Let's go.
Raven and Bow.
Okay, I still got mine. There we go.
Willow next. Okay. And then DPS come grab. Willow already has a tether.
Who took my
Tether.
Oh boy.
No, no, no.
There's gotta be a better way to do that.
If everybody,
Because
if
it's just
who needs
everyone
a,
running everywhere trying to grab a tether.
if everybody who needs a tether comes and waits, and if you've already got one, then all 4 of you would have tethers.
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna hang out in the middle after I get disease if it's one of those situations.
'Cause the
You don't have to run through us.
Yeah,
you just have to
gotta
run through the
between us and
tether.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I was trying to avoid other people. And then I
Yeah,
noticed,
so
like,
yeah,
it was-
so that's what. Yeah, so the 4 DPS need to wait, like wait for all the DPS to get tethers and then fan out.
Or all the
Okay.
tanks if we get them. Or tanks and healers if we get
Or-
them lucky.
yeah,
and actually
yeah,
have to do something.
I'm trying to figure out the pull line so parent can start on it because
Oh, for his ley lines, yeah.
yeah,
Well, here, let's just hold on. Let's waste a pull. Let's.
because
It's way up there.
I don't want you to have to use mana ward
Right
to get
about-
through the
right
first
there.
couple. So it's right there. Okay.
I would say like
It's
the
like the
second,
second,
little
yeah,
triangle.
second
for the
chevron.
push.
Did you say
We
chevron?
don't have to use caveman strats.
Dude, why
We
is it
have
called a
technology.
chevron? I just need to ask that.
Huh?
I don't want to use a lustrate on you when I could just be doing DPS. That's not fair.
What was that?
It's
Yeah,
a very
we
important
heal
question.
Right here is the limit. The second triangle on the second, after the second diamond. This is as far as up. So just drop your ley lines here and there you go.
You're not first. You're like
First, and then dropping the ley lines.
But you can start here,
Start right
all
there.
the DPS can stack on you. John pulls the boss middle and then that's still within melee range. So all
Man.
DPS just stack on.
That sounds like
Whoops.
fun. What was that, DM?
DM's picking a fight early.
I saw that arrow.
Christ,
I
those
accidentally the whole thing. I accidentally
Going
hit
to
my button.
shit.
Alright guys, let's accidentally get past part 1.
I mean, we'll be fine.
Dude, it's gonna take a bit. Part 1 is a beast. There you go.
Jokes on you if I know how to play this game.
So, it's hard.
Oh man, I'm seeing people being ganked by Elden Ring, it's so funny.
I
Chill
think
out.
it's Lord of the Rings.
DPS tether.
Oh my god. I really don't like the DPS.
Damn.
You said the
Gotta do everything.
internal part out loud.
He
Oh,
loves
no,
me.
never mind.
With disease.
And tanks healers get the
Okay.
Stack.
DPS need to stack up though.
Tanks and healers spread out a little
Because
bit.
below.
Tanks and healers spread out a little bit.
Nice.
And already has
Get it.
Grabbing it, got it.
We all have it. We can stack back up. Healers.
Okay, DPS come grab your tethers. All 4 at the same time. Wait till everyone has their tethers. And then spread. Oh boy, no, way too slow.
Faster time.
Way
What
too
the-
slow.
We
You
have
guys,
to go right away.
so DPS need to be like, I'll show you. You need to be like right on the boss's ass. You need to be sniffing. You need to get your nose right up in
Don't
there.
give Raven any ideas.
Because
Just follow Raven.
because basically, because tanks and healers there were stacked, so all you would literally have, all 4 of you would just run like 2 steps north, grab your tethers, and then fan back out. But if people are like this far south, now you have to run all the way up here, and meanwhile the other people are waiting. So we don't want that.
Wait,
so just
who was that for?
Hmm?
Was it me?
Somebody
I know I
ran
was-
into the group and actually took my disease.
Oh.
So don't actually come into the group. Just run across.
yeah.
I
We can-
think
what-
I hung out in middle a little bit.
The people that have the disease can back up a little bit. Like, don't be too close to the boss because it makes it harder for the tether people to get in without catching the disease.
I have
It's
a
like
suggestion.
I will admit we were a little close there, so tanks and healers could have backed up a little bit.
I have a suggestion with that. Y'all, if we're doing that, y'all should all just go, max melee.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do that.
And vice versa.
A good suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay.
No DPS.
Okie dokie.
Make it harder on the tanks.
Well, that way we don't accidentally pick it up and all that stuff. It's just easier.
On.
We went from my tether to I'm so tired of tethers to please take my tether.
So many tethers.
Who decided? Who was designing this tier? And they're like, you know what this tier needs?
Heathers.
Hey,
Just
we bitched about
tethers.
protean waves for the last years.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean replace it with something that's worse.
You get a tether.
That's
You
because
get a
this
tether.
is well.
Hey, at least it's active.
How many tethers do you think they'll have next time?
None.
Less.
Please. No
It'll be,
tethers
it'll be
at all.
tethers and
I go
proteins.
back to proteins.
It'll be both.
There's plus proteins. Okay, now we're talking.
Pretty simple
I'm
mechanic.
gonna sniff his butthole.
Whoa.
Well, you don't have to do that now, but like get in the habit of it, I guess. Yeah.
I mean,
No, I have to.
good,
Show up.
good tether. Thanks and neither's good tethers.
Okay. Oh, that is
Did
no
you get it
bueno there.
Let's just. Should we
Well,
reset or just keep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need them up. There's no
They were still focused on you sniffing the butthole. Right.
I mean, they don't have to sniff the butthole. I mean, max melee range is fine.
It hurts so bad.
No, y'all, we really need to be right on his ass. For that
Someone
shit
should be
hurts.
addling the blood rakes, especially if
I'll
they're on
add the
DPS.
blood
If
rakes.
they're, yeah.
I
Special.
pressed the AoE right before, so I could save it for that.
I use reprisal on the declaration. So, John, did you want to reprisal the
I'm gonna
What?
faint it.
one of the blood rakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab the
And
first
I use a divine veil for. I'll use divine veil for the second blood rake.
Also
So that
throw a
should
shaken
give us
off in
enough
there or
min.
something.
That plus shields. We do want to save a little bit for the.
The deflation that follows.
Yeah,
Then do you want
next.
me to pop faint on the other part or the big?
No, pop it on this. We can save tactician for the stack spread stuff.
Can't hear nothing over this dope ass song.
Tactician and then maybe second addle or something. Should be fine. Because I don't know, because Pnax emanates from the. I don't know if it comes
Comes from
from
the
boss. Yeah, it comes from the center, so I don't think I know if we can addle that, but tactician would be great there. That.
Shield up.
DPS tethers. Tanks, healers, disease. Healers need to spread. DPS stay stacked.
These coming.
These coming in. Check to see if you have it. If you don't have it, go in one at a time.
It's fine. Ian's fine.
Okay. And then diseases can all stack up. Stack up max melee. Okay. DPS come get tethers.
Don't run
Oh,
through
someone took my.
Oh, that's way too slow. Okay.
Also, don't run.
Someone took my.
You can't run through the tanks and healers or whoever has disease at that point because they'll just get it back.
Yeah. Well, we're tanks and healers. We're not getting back to max melee fast enough there.
Oh,
Like,
but
we
so,
need
I
to-
didn't see who it was, but somebody ran into the tanks and healers to grab
Oh,
the tether.
okay.
Which means
That
they also
too,
grab
yeah.
the disease. So you just gotta pass between whoever has the tethers.
I know someone extra ran in between DPS.
Gene
and I just
wasn't
thought-
also stacked with us, so he was running like from 4 to up, so he might have also ran into a DPS
I was
on the way
waiting
back.
to grab the disease, yeah.
Wait,
If two DPS end up with tethers and we're supposed to get tethers, though, kind of like everyone else, just if you don't have a tether, kind of move around a little bit so you don't seal that other person.
Well, no, yeah, you shouldn't need to do that though. Because again, so again, what we're doing, if you're grabbing a tether, all 4 people that are grabbing tethers,
Whether you have one or not.
whether you have one or not, they're taking a step like again, you're sniffing the boss's butthole.
No, I know. I'm sniffing it.
You're taking a step north or south. Everyone. You're waiting till everyone until you don't see any tethers, because you'll know. Like, let's say tanks and healers are stacked here.
I mean, I'm just saying in terms of
if you don't see any
tether
tethers
already.
I know, but like if you don't see any tethers coming towards the tanks and healers at that point, you're golden. You know that all the DPS have them, and then you can spread out. If you still see a tether coming back here, someone doesn't have one. But if all 4 of you guys are there, it shouldn't be an issue.
True.
And but again,
DM,
vice versa.
I was just trying to help them.
DM, I'll move to 2, so you don't have to move that much. I was just trying to get that cast off, and then I didn't want to run into you in case. So, just
yeah. And then again, so for the tanks or for the people that need the disease, there's always going to be 2 people from your role that have it. If you have that role, you can already pre-position max melee north or south depending on which role you are, and then only the 2 people that need the disease can go in and then grab it and then run back to those other 2 people. Alright.
Can it be maybe no? Say the disease lands on tanks and healers. Is it always a tank and healer that gets it?
it's always a tank, a healer, and 2 DPS.
Yes.
Every single time,
So-
2 people will already have it correct.
So do we want? Well, because of course, I guess for tanks and healers, I guess we could always say healers first, then tanks or something. But yes.
I don't think we were having an issue with who's going in first. As long as like you can just call it like, or just look to see if someone's already closer than you. If someone's already like running and closer, just let them go, and then or just call it, communicate, and just say I'm going first or something.
Ooh, bitch, get out the way.
Get out the way, yeah. Or that.
I mean, I usually hang back if I see someone in front, which doesn't help our situation when I'm trying to get if it's going that slow.
Yeah. So again, just
Disease
it's
group
awareness.
needs to get it fast, so the tether group can get it fast if they turn out to be different group, especially.
Yeah.
Raven's gonna go
Yeah.
fast like Sonic.
Gotta be
It'll get cleaner with more practice,
Yeah.
like more because
Yeah.
right now I think we're lacking a bit of speed and getting people in positions quicker, but. Deidre, let me know.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
God damn, Mario.
Maybe if
Where'd
I
you
send
come
another
from?
photo of my cat, we'll get back to
Yeah, we'll get the
peanuts.
clear as soon as you post a cat picture.
No, we've not actually talked about parts 2.
Oh yeah, there's
It's
like so
easy.
many
We bait
yeah.
towers. I'll bait the tower.
It's easy. Raven's got it.
I got it. I
Hey,
have.
Raven,
She'll be all of them by herself, just one man.
I can't. I'll have a fucking thing, man. I can't get to those second ones in time.
Tank healers get tethers.
See, that worked really nicely.
Regen up.
Tyrion, I see you not in the bubble.
And the DPS get disease.
Oh, dude.
So tank healers stay stacked. DPS are gonna come grab their DPS are spread a little bit. Spread out a little bit. And then come up,
Alright.
get
Well,
your
y'all can
disease.
go get it, because I already have it.
Okay,
Alright, I'm
good.
good. Okay.
And then DPS DPS should be stacked. Yeah. Okay.
Guess I missed one. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, as soon as you grab your disease, remember you're stacking up.
I don't want to be here.
Spread there. John's gonna inlaw. Get away from it.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, we can move away from our. We can go back to our normal position now. Go for it. Alright, that's Pnax. Setting the scene of Pnax.
Dude, did you know he's setting the scene?
Oh, he is. So it's always lightning or water.
Alexis at the scene.
Water.
Water.
Knock knock.
What's that?
And that.
Y'all are gonna want to be on the other side.
Yeah. You guys are. Oh, I got knocked back to the left. Why? Everyone got knocked back in the same direction.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Sword
northerly.
and shit. It's a sword, it's a cone.
And like
Proximity.
I almost made it.
oh, it's a cone.
Red. Hello? Okay. These are long.
Easiest game of my life.
Hey, enjoy the tank
You
buster.
think I'm gonna take the tank buster, but I'm committing suicide.
Okay, we need to explain this real quick.
So there, remember the tiles also explode.
Yep.
So there it was knockback and stack. So I'm going to show the way marks again. So water was, I think water was.
It was upper.
Water was
Or whatever. Fire was here, something like that. So you know in that case that these two squares are safe always because water and fire are exploding. So if you remember our groups, one group is getting knocked back to the right, one group is getting knocked back to the left. Well, so it's not directly, but again, just slightly. So if you're looking at the middle, just be like, here's the middle, just get knocked back slightly left or slightly right.
But remember, we defined those as facing the wall at the time, right?
Yeah, so, well, however you want to, like, in your mind, it's up to each person to define how they want to, like, for me, I'm defining it as, like, facing, like, I saw which two squares were safe, like, for me, I'd get knocked back to where this would be, so this side. Facing the middle, I'm getting knocked back to the left, but if you want to do it facing the wall, it would be right, so it's up to you how you
Well,
want
I'm just saying, when we talked
figure
about
it
it
out.
earlier, we were talking about facing the wall, and one group was left and the other group was right, so I didn't
Right.
want us to get
yeah,
that mixed up.
so as long as you remember your groups and which way you need to get knocked back, either relative to the wall or relative to the middle, then it's fine.
Man.
Also, remember that the actual puddles are a big bleed. So, John, you went from like, your health is fine to, your health is not fine. Your health is not fine. And I don't know if you crit on an auto attack or if I saw you go through the puddle. So I don't know how big of a tick those puddles are, but really watch those puddles because they ganked a tank. So...
Gank
Yeah,
the
they can instantly kill a tank. It sucks.
Yeah, when you get knocked back, just again make sure,
Yeah, just angle
like
them.
if the middle is here, don't be too much at an angle because you'll get knocked. So like,
So
I
you
would say,
can, I will say, you can
Here.
be at the, not on it, but like really close to it without being on it and be completely fine.
yeah,
So if you need to, kind of work around.
So is it always lightning and spread and knockback and partner stacks?
No.
No, it's
Like
random.
those.
It's always either lightning or water first, and always either
Spread or
poison
stack.
or stack
Oh,
second.
okay.
But then
But it-
whatever's second
it's-
Then
sets are
everything,
opposite.
it's whatever. Yeah.
But it's not set.
It's on a set, like,
Pair.
calculation.
Just
I don't know why I said calculation, just sounded like it went good.
The knockback and spread is gonna be interesting.
It's actually not that bad.
I guess we have to basically discuss like every possible combination. What to do.
nah, just a ghost.
I will tell you as melee, I'll probably always go towards the boss.
Yeah.
We should prioritize that. Prioritize.
I mean, there are times that gap closing would be awesome
Shut
for
up.
spread. So
It actually works
You
well
guys
then.
taking feathers?
What region? Up?
DPS is doing everything.
Okay.
So change you stacked. Yes, whoever needs a disease, come
Disease
up and
going
get
out.
it. Whoever needs a disease, come and get it.
You're a loser.
And then
Okay.
come and grab
D, I
it.
still got it.
I already have mine.
Everyone,
I did have
grab a
one.
tether. Raven is not grabbing a tether. Yeah, there we go. I still had a disease, so I guess I'll grab it off. You can run straight into the group. For disease. Like don't. I saw Adra kind of was like is hesitant to. I don't think you pulled the disease there. I'm not sure. Like run straight like on top of us and then run out. There's no harm in that.
True.
Don't worry. Unlike tethers, you will instantly get the disease.
That one just sucks, especially where it's just standing randomly.
And again,
It's like, do not practice social distancing.
We had
Practice
COVID.
social distancing. Tackle yourself into the people.
Man, why do you always have the fun ones? I want blood rape twice. I sniffed your butt. Give me that.
I like.
tanks
I
healers
like it.
have not had doubles.
I like
yet.
it when the tanks and healers get blood breaks twice because they get to actually do something.
I want to have fun and not do nothing.
Raven, I'm gonna need to cut to commission a emote from you. The first emote's gonna be this.
Okay. What's are you concerned about?
Very
Where should I start?
Oh, you over my reprisal.
I forgot
Alright.
to do
Tanks
Screwed
healers
up.
tether.
Am I not reprising?
I'm reprising the declarations. You're reprising the blood rate.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't accept names.
So tanks and healers are getting the tethers.
Yep. Tanks healers
Yeah.
tethers and oh, we're good.
Y'all are doing everything.
Oh.
Fuck yeah, baby!
Oh,
guys,
look at us.
So we got a
So
spread.
you just spread out a little bit.
Also, I think we should just back up.
I stack
Yeah,
up.
DPS need to stack.
Sniff his butt.
If you need disease, go get it.
Oh.
Jane, you don't need it. You've got it.
You know, you need,
Oh,
you need-
yeah. I'm walking out, yeah.
Okay,
Yo,
grab,
I
grab
got
your tether.
tethers.
Stay. Until everyone grabs their tether.
Hey,
Look at that,
it's
see?
that easy.
Flawless
See,
fucking execution.
DPS, that's what we need to do, but I'm too slow.
See, we all stayed
Heal.
in there. I got reprisal.
Alright.
Remember, if you have
And then John has the tank list.
We're okay.
Alright.
And then y'all can move back if you want.
Get a shield up on John.
Nice.
Might as well not
Oh.
shield or anything on that.
Yeah.
It's just gonna, now. It's just gonna eat it. So.
emergency tactics.
For the second tank buster, yeah, because it's gonna be a swap there.
Well, either that or you can take it and invuln it.
Oh no, it's easier to do like you invuln the first, we swap the second, now you invuln the third. That's what I've seen other groups do. Because your invuln will be up first.
Lightning or water? It's water.
So it's knocked
Not
back
Water.
and
Spread.
spread. So you want to get knocked back this in this direction, and then spread. This.
Mm.
I was thinking it was back because I was staring
Lightning
at
and healer groups.
If it's a knockback.
north.
Oh boy, I'm gonna die. Oh, I got. Oh my god, really? I was like.
Oh my god.
I think we
was
should
not
invuln.
looking.
Or knockback resistance cape. Fuck that cape. I don't know why I did.
We can start doing that if we want to for Cape.
My brain was like,
Oh.
hey, it's a sword. It was not a sword.
So if
Do I
it's
need-
lightning,
Do I need to call out Caper Sword? Because I'm staring at it.
No, I just wasn't looking at the time.
if you want to call it out,
You
Hurt.
can, but I mean,
like it doesn't hurt if someone misses it. Just call it
it
out.
just, yeah.
So if it's lightning and fire, lightning is. I guess we'd have to. So lightning and water are always diagonal from each other. That means fire. So I guess we would just go to the.
I could tell you what we could do. Probably won't work.
If it's lightning and poison, all the melees can just gap close. Because you have ample time to like spread afterwards.
You just gotta figure out who's spreading where.
Y'all could gap close. I could just run around.
Just jog back in.
Well, only 3 of us would gap close. Probably John, myself, Raven.
I mean, I could.
John would go. Well, if we're doing that, if we're gap closing, John goes north of the boss. I go south. Raven can pick a side. Left or right doesn't matter.
It's just
Also-
hard because with teleport, I don't like. Despite the fact that I'm aiming in this direction, I don't even know sometimes where I'm gonna end up.
As long as you don't aim north or south.
Don't worry, I
wall
got you,
either.
homies.
Don't aim
Yeah, as
towards
long
the
as
wall.
you aim somewhere at the side, you should be okay.
Depending on where it is, I'll probably go to forward too.
Yeah, I've seen the Hector Lecter guide had people spreading based on clock spots. Like in the general, like obviously if a tile is bad, then you can't go to your clock spot, but you can like estimate where like
You can
should
go as
be.
close to it as possible.
Like so if my clock spot is B, I could be like right here if this is a bad tile. And then 3 would be back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said you could pretty much just sit there if you wanted to. They're not that big. The stack is the bigger one.
Alright.
Good.
Yep. Hey, we got two blood rake again.
Have y'all seen any P2?
L.
I'm not looking at P2.
Negative.
So you haven't looked? Okay.
I've kind of watched somebody go through it, but not actually paying.
Okay. I guess I won't.
Oh, yeah, a one fight at a time.
Not like what's going on, but him.
Oh, I know what he looks like.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Okay, there we go. See, that's what I was trying to hit
I
at.
thought you meant like, have you looked up the fight? And I'm like, no.
No,
Oh,
trust
shit.
me, I'm baiting. Don't worry about it.
No, she was like, "Have you been horny about part 2 yet?"
Oh yeah. His big wings.
Asking the real
baby.
question.
You know, someone in this household has to ask. No one
Shut
talks
up.
to me.
DPS get tethers. DPS tethers and tanks healers disease. We're spreading out. DPS stack up.
Alright, putting out regen.
D's going out.
I'll go
Alright,
first.
I already have it.
Yeah.
Nope. Well, that somehow.
Like,
Yeah. It spread to DPS weren't stacked enough.
Are we stacking max melee?
I'm just I'm eating his ass.
Yeah,
So
we'll
you guys
thumb
can
it.
get the
If-
all you gotta do is then.
Put
No,
that picture, man.
I think we were supposed to get tethers for that one.
You were.
So
Yes.
Because, like, I was stacking with Willow, and he was max melee, but you and Adra weren't max melee, and I had the disease. So DM.
I mean, I had the disease
I got
too.
I got the disease and then I passed it back to someone. I don't know if it was another tank healer.
No, it was. I got the disease.
Yeah, so then I passed it back to a DPS that didn't get it because the DPS probably weren't stacked enough, and then they did pass it to each other. So that's what happened there.
The only time I see us DPS strictly needing to this max melee is when we don't have to do either, and they have to take everything. It's just easier for
Gotcha.
them to go in and do all that stuff. We can max melee.
Oh.
I don't care.
Fuck story.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Sound good.
What did she?
We're having
eat?
herc noises.
Oof.
Uh-oh. Let's see, what did we eat?
Yeah, no. Whoever, if
Actually,
you're,
let's max melee.
if you're getting the tethers, you should be stacked. Well, no, don't stack max melee because again, you're gonna need to run up and unless you get, I guess you're doing both, but again, you're having to grab the tethers. So if you guys are max melee, you're
Yeah, it
having
takes
to
a
run
little
up
longer.
further. So it's no difference to the tanks and healers to have whether how close you are. It's actually probably better if you're closer because it's less distance for us, the people that are getting the disease. It's less distance for them to run. If you guys are max melee, again, it's further for us to run. So like, here, well, they're going over that.
I've just.
So
seen
if
it
you guys
in
are
both
like
ways.
here and we're spread out, you know, whoever needs the disease is spread out around the boss, like roughly like that. Look how close you are. But if you're like max melee, you know, back there, now we have further to run. And not only that, you guys have further to run coming back to get the tethers. So it makes sense for if you are getting the tethers and you don't need the disease in that case, which happens quite often. It's basically like a 50-50 shot. Just be like fairly close to the boss. Obviously, don't be so close that like the tank healer or whoever can't see you. Like if you're right under the boss, it might be difficult to see where you guys are stacked. But it just makes it less distance for everyone to run, and it's better.
Makes sense.
I mean, I've just seen people do it both ways, so I'm just spitballing.
Sorry about that.
Oh yeah,
It's
no
fine.
worries.
Is dog okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
If she eats too much or too fast, she tends to herk it back up. And we gave her
Yeah.
like a little chew bone.
Mm-hmm.
Not a
Not a
little one.
Not a little one, but
It was
probably
something
for a
I-
dog a little bit bigger than her. But she just doesn't stop chewing on it. She ate the whole thing. And
She was in the mood that
eat-
she was going to destroy anything she touched today. So I gave her the bone that I thought would take a couple of days, and
she did it in like 45 minutes.
Dang, Millie.
she had balls.
Impressive.
Just like the very, very end of the bone that looks like a set of balls. That's the only thing left. And I'm like,
Dang.
you? She's been carrying it around the house like a cigar all day.
Sorry about that.
It's wild.
Yeah.
that
It's
counts.
So
okay,
just let her
my-
destroy the toys.
It's
That counts
okay
for
to-
wild in our house.
I understand. My cat will like go like lick on some shit that she shouldn't be licking on, and she'll throw up like 20 minutes later. I'm like, why?
She hasn't touched her food, and I don't think she will, because she's not going to be hungry for a good... Well, I mean,
Well, now she might be.
Now she puked.
Yeah, true.
Do we go now?
DPS get tethers.
Guess it didn't go off.
Tank healers get the disease.
Alright.
So DPS stack tight, right behind him. Nice and tight. Disease, I'll go first.
Okay, need to grab one.
Okay, and then
We can stack.
once you have your disease, stack back up.
Okay.
Okay, DPS come get your tethers. Wait till everyone has their tethers before you start fanning out. Raven,
Quickly.
please. No greeting there. Because you
Man.
were greeting way too fucking
And
hard.
people are just standing there. I
Yeah,
can't.
Yeah, that's the
everybody,
point.
everybody who
Everyone's
needs to get the
supposed
tether needs to come in all at the same time.
It's hard to go through everybody because I'm going to steal someone's tether. I mean, you can't
No,
go
that's,
back.
Raven,
Raven,
that's the point.
And I can
If all
steal-
4 DPS run
No, I
between-
meant like Heron. I was like gonna steal his tether. You know
But
what?
that, no,
Fuck it, I'll do
that's
it.
the point, Raven. If everybody's there in the middle, even if you stole parents, he's still in the middle between us and the.
So he's gonna steal
everybody's
one of
gonna
ours.
steal back and forth until all the
I'm
DPS.
sorry, everybody. It's just I was too busy sniffing his ass. I apologize.
Yeah. So if you're to recap, if you're
It's
grabbing
a
a
fiend,
tether,
yeah.
if you're grabbing a tether, basically run straight north. Or
Yeah, I
I mean,
need
you
to
can
do
you
that.
can go. Yeah, you can go around, but still, everyone who's grabbing a tether has to wait until all tethers are no longer connected to the other roll that doesn't need them before
I
spanning.
understand, man. I just his ass is looking real fine today. Okay, I won't fuck up again. We're fine.
Okay.
You do have a macro for it.
Unforgivable. You're not allowed to fuck up during prog.
How
That's
dare you?
We're disbanding.
How dare you know what I
Hey,
understand?
at least we skipped sword.
We skipped sword.
I mean,
My
hey, what if that's a
ass
hidden
is
mechanic?
like-
DPS is so low.
My dumbass is like every other time I've moved away. My
I blame
tether's
Skate.
If you ever wonder if there's
Just
hidden
immediately
mechanic,
cancel
if your
some
DPS is so
fucking
bad.
Derping extreme if you're too slow.
I actually don't know. I've never seen the actual mechanics of that.
Go to normal, you can't skip it.
No, I'll pass. I will not sniff. I won't sniff. He looks real nice.
I did not inhale.
I did not inhale.
It's wafted in my direction.
Okay,
Loft it
DPS
back.
tethers.
DPS.
DPS tether.
We're probably the wrong thing, but I didn't we're probably the right thing either.
I got y'all, don't worry.
Tank Stealer's disease. Hey, look, it's this pattern again.
Hey, look, Raid, there's no way I can fuck this up again.
Hey, yeah, DPS is stacked tight. Good. Need the disease, go grab it.
I need a disease.
Okay, I got it. Stack up tight.
Okay.
Once you get it, stack tight, get the disease. A little bit further back, mid. DPS.
Oh,
can be-
I was thinking we needed the tethers. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I think we're good. Yeah, kind of. I think we're good.
Nice.
Look, I didn't skip
Yeah.
that whole time.
Virginia going out.
Here we.
Okay, and then get away from John.
Ryan has cuties.
Ew. Man, how do you feel about that?
I
Oh
mean,
shit, I
if he
keep
has them, I
forgetting to
have
do
them.
that.
True.
Alright.
I would rather you heal me too much than not enough, but
At least for frog, yeah.
for a proc, yeah. Once we get used to it.
Once we go for DPS check, which is pretty tight from what I've
Don't
seen.
worry, I got this.
Lightning and water.
I don't actually have a kill.
One of the both.
Speculator stuff.
It's gonna be lightning or water.
Water.
Knock back,
Water.
and okay, so we want to get
Healer group.
get knocked back into your appropriate direction. Your groups, your little groups. Okay, yeah, looks good.
They didn't need me anyway. It's fine.
Lightning and spread, so we're gonna have to
Oh,
shit,
God.
I get to knock back.
pop your
It's
knockback,
knockback.
pop your knockback now, and then just spread. Oh, good.
Oh shit.
Why
Ooh,
do
I'm
I
not
keep
gonna
thinking
live
that's
Easy
north?
game
Yeah,
for baby.
I-
Tank. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what else is there here.
My brain went.
Try. Oh, it's still
Oh.
It's so
So-
delayed.
I thought that went out already.
It doesn't
No,
go
it
out
gives
you
you a
right,
so
long.
it does
much-
The
not-
second,
it
the
does
first one's a
not
lot
give you a
faster.
long-
The first one's a
First
lot
one
faster.
goes faster, and then that one goes
Holy
slow.
I
So what
thought that already
happens?
went out.
So what happens with that one is you would do the whichever
Damn.
direction he's going in, and then it happens.
You have like 3 squares to spread in. Everything but the poison square is spreadable.
Yeah.
No,
Someone
no,
rewrite.
that's. I honestly didn't realize it was. I thought we already got hit. I'm like, oh, I took damage already.
No, that's the problem with it. You have to do the shifts first, and then it.
Yeah, knockback resist for the shift
Okay.
is like.
It's so much better to do it there than it would be to do it at water.
Yeah, because that keep knockback is a pain. All right, that was good.
We did good with that knockback. And,
Well, 7 out of 8 of us
Snack.
did. Some of us.
no, we all
Place.
lived that one part.
I think I was kind of lucky.
Come on, guys. We
If
did
it-
it.
Well, by accident.
So
It was
remember,
tape.
if it's lightning, and so it's always going to be the opposite. So if it's knockback and the groups, for example, you know the next one is going to be lightning and spread. So you know which square you can't stand on the lightning square and you can't stand on the poison square. So you know you're going to need to spread along the outside of the arena. So if you're ranged, you can pretty much pre-spread
That's chill.
on the outside as long as you're not one of those 2 squares. And then melees can just, get some uptime and then get out as fast as they can. Knockback resist. Oh, well, if he does cone, I guess, yeah.
I keep getting shifted.
If it's the cape, then you can pre-position. If it's cone, then you can't, I guess. Fuck the cone.
I'll call it out.
Cause, yeah, knockback resist. Broken.
If you turn the walker
It's fine. That's like the easiest one. Come on, we got this.
North is 1. That's you're worrying yourself to
Chilled out.
You remember when I called west east, right?
Yes.
DPS numbers.
Oh, Neo!
Tank Stealer's disease. Wow, it's like the same
Same one.
pattern
Alright,
every
alright,
single time.
this
Hey, we're
time-
getting lots of practice on this pattern.
I won't sniff again.
Regen.
And we even have like predefined spread spots already up here. Okay.
Alright, I need a disease.
Oh,
Okay,
go
Dino's got it. Yeah.
Why am I not? Hello? There we
There you
go.
go, you're
Holy
good.
shit. That took forever to snapshot.
Hi.
Oh,
Whew. Okay. Like, I was standing in that
Yeah, that's
group
weird.
for like a good 3
You
seconds.
were like chilling.
Listen, John. Nobody hold hands,
Give me
John.
the disease.
Well, that's Min's job.
Please
Alright,
heal
now
the
it's
John.
Okay.
Wait, does that cleave?
What, the tank buster? It has a little bit of a puddle probably, if I had to imagine. Most do.
I was just curious.
I don't trust it, I don't want to be.
Water or lightning?
Oh yeah, the respective combinations are right next to each other. Okay, so there's always like 2 stages with it's not,
Water?
it's water and
Not.
okay, can knock back into your light parties. Why is everyone on that side? Oh,
I don't know, bro.
Gene.
Lightning spread.
I was there.
Towards you.
It's Kate.
So we can spread. Pop your knockback.
Man,
not
fuck
what
it.
I meant to do.
I'm just gonna hang out.
Oh wait, I meant to spread.
I just want to let the world know I was hanging out.
Stay spread, stay spread.
Yeah, I just didn't have enough to heal at that point.
And then,
Oh, I was gonna
then
touch
here I invoke off of you, so you pop whatever cooldowns, and then I take the second hit, and then I tank until, well, I tank for the rest of the fight, I guess.
You tank, and I think you would swap again.
No,
later
I
on.
invuln the third one.
Oh, you went okay. Yeah, then
Yeah,
you keep
that's the easiest way to do it. I don't mind taking the rest of it. Hey, it's not very often I actually get to like. I think only P1 with where there's actual
have that
swap.
swap
Where I
back
get
and
to
forth.
I actually get to hold the boss for a little bit. So
I mean, you got to hold a little bit in P2.
yeah, but that's only because our weird strat of having invuln the second buster. So
And then you gotta have, you know, some aggro on P3, otherwise I get murdered.
So we know what healer stacks and which way we're going.
Yeah, I just didn't see DM until
Mhm.
22nd.
yeah,
I was like, why is everybody over here?
yeah, I saw myself below. I'm like,
why,
oh
why
shit.
is you by himself?
Willow managed. I mean, but
I tried.
Too little, too late.
I started running and then I just ate shit from the poison. Willow is in our
don't eat
group.
poison shit.
Wait, I thought he was in our group.
Showed up.
Well, he joined me anyways. Oh wait, I thought you were in my group.
He was in our group.
We'll go over that again, just to be sure. DPS.
When we
tether.
did the spread for the teams, whatever, I saw Lynn in my group, so that's where I'm going. I follow Lynn.
Is this the same
Same
one?
pattern, same pattern.
Yeah, the same time. Spread.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Bro, put a
We'll
regen
go
up.
over one more time just to make sure.
thought it was the
Alright, I'm good.
Okay.
I just picked yours, team.
Too
It
fast.
just ran through me. So
Oh shit.
Stay sec. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone didn't.
I passed it with her anyways.
yeah, I wait a second for John or Dean to get theirs, and then I run in. So if you're collapsing to mid,
Give it a second.
Yeah, I came in too soon.
Okay, let's do healer sec real quick.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Okay. Yeah.
See, Willow, you were
You
over
were here before, but so who? Okay, Adrian.
I ran over there because there was too many people stacked, so I tried to join you to help you.
Oh no.
No,
When we
I'm
first
on
did the
Min's
groups,
group.
you were standing here. I don't know, maybe. That's fine. You can go into Ben's group. Adrian, come to my group.
Well, no, because like
Oh.
last time Min was over here, back over here. There's 4 people on this side, so I started over here.
Well, no, the only
That's
reason
why
I
I was
haven't I haven't said anything because when we first did this originally, I saw a pink little outfit on our side.
Oh, good. Probably
So
just
what's
a little-
who's what team? Who's team 1? Who's team 2?
Us, we're team 1.
Okay.
fair warning,
Best.
I'm starting to get the hang of it, but I'm so used to going west, like I'm switching things around, but don't always use me as a safe spot.
if you want.
No, it's fine. I started trying to switch things around when Gene was saying his go-to is to go left in P3, so I'm switching things around, but yeah, don't guarantee that I did the right thing. I'm struggling.
She was acting.
Willow, I never meant to call you out, by the way. I'm so sorry.
No, I don't mind. I just
It
confused me, man.
No,
I thought I was
I
on Min.
just-
It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Don't confuse our little elephant friend.
I'm sorry, I just pointed it out.
I thought elephants never forget.
I
They
never
never do.
forget, Raven. I'll never forget.
Yeah, I know, I'll live with this through the fucking grave now.
That's
I
the thing
think you're
that,
great,
that we let
Willow.
things go, right?
I just exist, don't hurt me. I'm too small.
Tank sealers. Get to tether.
Hello.
So,
I don't know what to do. And tank sealers get
Yeah, I'll
to
do
these,
everything.
So we gotta spread.
I'll put a regen out.
So yeah, DPS just stay.
DPS just stay
back up a
altogether.
little bit. DPS.
There we go.
Okay, go get your disease.
I
Tank
need a
sealers.
disease.
Tank sealers get disease.
Run.
Okay, and then we get tethers.
I already have it.
Alright, got a tether.
Yeah.
Up. Because I already had one. Alright, I'll get parent. Oh, shit.
my disease went to something else. So.
Yeah, that's why I wanted the DPS to. Well, actually, no, they should be able to.
This should have been fine.
We were fine.
I don't know if Gene and I will keep those together or something.
Someone did miss,
I do know the debuff does wear off, so it has to be done quick. If we weren't quick enough, then yeah, your disease.
yeah,
If
I
the
think someone missed Willow, so he died.
I didn't get a water.
Water.
Water
Not
and
that.
Spread.
red.
The red.
So you want to get knocked back this direction, and then spread. Quick spread. Not lightning and healer, healer pair. Nice.
On the south.
Health, knockback.
Pop your knockback to this and get to your healer. Wait.
Way too slow for that.
Oh, it's cone.
Oh, it's kind of.
It
Oh, like
was-
the sword was shining.
I don't
Would've
know
died
why
anyway.
I'll
The
say
sword was
cave.
shining.
Wait, so how do you know which one he's doing?
Okay,
So one's
so the
glowing.
one he's doing, one's glowing, and the other one's not.
Oh.
I don't see a glow. Maybe I'm just.
It's a
blind.
dark.
It's a
purple
dark
glow.
red around either the cape or
Oh,
sword.
okay.
Yeah, I just saw the. I literally only saw the cape, so I assumed that it was gonna be a knockback. I forgot to look at the sword.
No, he sticks
Yeah,
the
you
sword
have
out
to,
and the cape
yeah.
out. You have to see which
He's you have to see which one's glowing. That's the biggest part.
It's the same aura as Cloud. She had that kind of.
Ugh. Okay. Well,
Bomb.
at least I love it
Fun
here too.
frog.
It's not blinding.
It's also with a hot vampire man around who would it? Look at him. He needs to put his glasses back on because it's far sight and near sight.
Hey, stop talking about featured mechanics.
Y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
I had opposite view.
Come on, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. I'm just
I know.
out of here. Thank you, man. Thank you. No, as my friend, Min is allowed to bully me anytime she wants.
Tanks, healers, tethers. DPS to get the disease. So DPS split up a little bit. Tanks, healers stack up.
He's going out.
DPS can get your disease.
I already have it.
Run in. Going out.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, DPS stack up. DPS need to stack up. We need to get our tethers. Everyone.
Bye.
Oh, you're stolen.
Come on. Why?
Yeah.
Is it not like I'm literally?
I had it, then disappeared.
Yeah. I think if you have the disease and you're stacked up, make sure you just back up a little bit. I think it's really hard to.
Honestly, I think
That's the time I was like, I was talking
So max
about.
melee?
That's what I was talking about.
it all goes back to back.
Full circle.
No, not max. Like a little bit further back.
I mean, no, he's not talking about max, but like a little
Yeah,
further
you guys
back.
are pretty close.
Slightly max
Almost
melee.
melee, but
We
not
were-
max
we were,
melee.
to be fair, we were
Okay.
still in his asshole.
Let's say like, yeah.
Kind of how I'm at between
This
everybody
fight's
else in front of
awesome.
me. I love this fight. If y'all want, don't worry, DPS, I got us. Pandemonium.
Quiet.
This chaos and savage nobles. Man, wasn't even targeted. Y'all are doing everything. DPS just moved back a little bit.
Put regen up.
DPS, yep, DPS move back a little bit and then stack tight. Okay,
Alright, I need to get a disease.
Okay, got mine. Grab
Alright, good.
and then we can all grab.
Yeah, and then
tethers.
y'all could just, yeah.
Look at that.
So much better.
Yeah, because if you already have, if you're already getting disease, you can just kind of, if you're doing both, you can just sort of just stay there.
Yeah.
No need to go back and then go back.
Man, I knew my ideas were great sometimes.
Oh, great idea.
It wasn't, it was a stolen idea, but it was an idea.
Here, Benny. Okay.
Now for the fun.
We're gonna be here a while. I know this one still gives people that are, like, it still gives clear parties trouble. So I mean that just goes to show you.
So there's a lot left coming in at you.
Yeah, and there's so many different combinations. Like everyone,
Lightning.
lightning and spread.
Spread.
Kind of spread out along the wall.
Oh, boy. Not bad.
Yeah, a little bit of downtime. We'll work on uptime for that. So
Val?
Oh, not bad.
And
Cape.
okay.
you knock
I
back the
didn't.
list. I'll knock back the list.
Party.
And then, oh, okay. So like, oh, he got knocked back. Oh fuck. Oh boy. Yeah.
That was so delayed.
Yeah. With knockback for this, then poking.
That wasn't enough.
So, are we getting knocked back from the cape?
No. We're
Supposed to.
Okay.
So which
Water
one?
would be
Water
the
is
save.
safe.
Water is
Yeah,
safe.
water is safe.
Oh, parent, we almost could have done it.
So we're getting like if it's water and then cape, we're getting knocked back to wherever we need to. Then because you have time before the cape goes off, so you get knocked back, and when you get knocked back, then you pop your knockback resist, and then it's good for the cape.
Yeah.
Because there, all we would have had to do is get knocked back to wherever, and then pop your knockback resist, and then whichever direction he's going in, basically. Like, so if he's, I think he did southerly shifter.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get knocked back south. Pop your
Stack
knockback
up.
resist, and then stack in your healer groups. If I think one of these squares would be, no, I think both squares are fine there. So you can just one group one here, group two, group whatever groups. One here, two here. Yeah, we can do break now. Because we
Sounds
have an
good.
hour left.
Do we want to try to go till 10:30 tonight since we started a little late, or do we just need to cut it off at 10 Central?
If everyone else is good,
I'm good to go for 30.
I'm good. It's not gonna kill me in either way.
Usually John
I'm
and
good,
Willow
yeah.
that have
It's
issues.
usually me and Willow, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
I'll make the
easy.
decision.
It's alright with me.
Alright, we're staying. Let's go.
We'll take a short break.
Alright,
Herb.
be right back.
fun.
You're damn straight it is. It's also nice because now we're not listening to that fucking piano music.
It is nice to have a change of pace, that's for sure. That second Peanuts keeps kicking.
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
It's really annoying at first, but also annoying with the shifts involved, but it's okay.
It's just gotta learn the dance.
Gotta dance.
We can do it. I'm just excited to be here.
Hell yeah!
See, should I look at this? You have a chicken tree.
I don't know if she earned it,
You wanna
but
eat
she
it?
did the little kicky feet thing that she does after she poops, so I'm assuming she pooped.
You're gonna eat it in your bed and make a mess?
She eats it on the carpet.
Carpet doesn't have creases. Okie.
Weirdo.
Don't need it in our bed. Alright then.
I'm not gonna eat off the ground. How dare you?
Fine eating things that were on the ground.
You know, eating the ground, as in just licking the carpet whenever she feels like it.
Sticks.
Weirdo.
Sizzle. Leaves.
I mean, to be fair, I think she just wants something to chew on. Like, I've given her a bone to take outside, and she never chews on the sticks when she has a chance to chew on the bone. But I don't want her to eat that many bones, so... but I don't want to give her rawhide either, so I don't think that's... I mean, I'm still kind of... gun-shy, I guess is the right word, after watching Lily's gums bleed chewing on rawhide, so... But I don't know that she'll chew on something she can't destroy, so I don't know. Keep thinking it's a teething phase, but she's lost her teeth, so I think this is just her.
I saw that DM.
Saw nothing.
I saw everything.
What did you not see?
That. Oh yeah.
Does it have anything to do with being max melee?
Oh, back and
What?
God bless you.
Excuse me.
Pineax uptime.
Those are definitely words on the screen. But I'm a black mage. I don't. Oh shit! No, no! Someone press. Oh, thank God. No, someone press. Someone press no. Someone press no.
You okay there, buddy?
I'm not okay.
No, it was kind of a rhetorical question. Yeah, panic was fairly obvious there.
What the hell is going on?
Quick.
That was an extreme reaction. I feel like we are owed some explanation.
My equipment was like at 20%, like all of it.
I thought maybe you sat on your P-Nax or something.
Sheesh.
We master the ability to not do that.
Just prepare inside, obviously.
Savage nobles conjuring. I'm so glad no one can see what I'm doing right now.
I can.
No, you can't.
Let's clean up after.
No, I was playing with those little like
Use a towel.
You're gonna have
clips.
to.
No, I didn't drop my dinner, guys. Come on now. I'm playing with little clips, but I keep putting them on my lip. Hello, I have very active ADHD.
Don't lie, you just want duck face without any surgery.
Ew, man, I have pretty lips without that.
If I pinch them and pull on them enough, they'll be swollen.
There you go.
What?
Calypse!
What?
Calypse!
What?
Calypse,
What?
Asia!
Well, Adra, you hear what you want to hear.
The mind wanders.
We're
Adra, I am available.
we're not reading that on my stream.
My apple juice.
Yeah, bonk.
Where's the
Bonk,
bug?
bonk.
Where's the bug?
It's like the one thing she says. It's funny.
DM's about to... DM no!
Uh,
DM no!
Hey Raven, remember how I said I needed an emote from you? I'm gonna need that pretty
Yeah.
soon. A
Concern.
concern emote. It's near.
I got you.
You trying to decide which you'd rather die to? That's pros and spikes.
Would you rather me talk about ball sacks or sniffing a vampire's ass? Pick
You know-
your poison.
You know, if I'm being honest,
Only one of those. He's made his choice. I need those.
Somebody better mid this, because I didn't spread a shield.
get a shield up. Oh, heal shield. Shield anything.
you guys get tethers. Thanks, getting disease.
Stacked up top.
So we spread a little bit.
Spread out. Go spread out.
A regen up.
And PPS stuck.
Okay, I need disease.
I have it. I must. Takes an
Okay,
English
I'm
take
good.
tether, right?
DPS.
DPS takes the tether.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Almost.
DM, what are you doing?
I got him.
I was distracted by the previous statements.
I mean, it sounds like it's...
Holy shit!
Remember the Adel we were talking about?
Yeah.
I got the parent. And then Benny John.
I can't tell which conversation was the worst one, Adra's or mine.
Yes.
You know what? That's good.
They were both
Motherfucker, you think it's cute?
Water.
Knock that?
Water.
And
Stack.
healer groups.
Lightning.
Northerly
Cave.
shift.
Oh, well.
Now it's dropsy.
Oh my god.
More tethers.
Like more.
My aether.
Alright, DM, only
Did anyone see what the safe spot was?
the 35 more stuff.
I should have called it that one was spread. Alright, nice.
Oh, I'm an acting DPS.
It's time.
You must take a DPS ball.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Also, those are stack explosions, so have fun.
This is your pending doom slowly coming.
Ball, then you die instantly. So have fun.
And
He did want to run into the spikes earlier, so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was muted the whole time. Cool.
Yeah, I was wondering why you weren't talking. I was like, DM, what's wrong? We're already.
he's just so angry.
I was flabbergasted.
I'm so sorry.
I was pondering the spikes.
Well, you got the death at the end. What do you mean?
You're supposed to ponder the orbs.
Get tethered with 8 no tank allowed orbs. So.
I wasn't rage. Okay, I was not rage.
I mean, she heard it across the house, so.
I am very loud. My normal voice is very loud. To be fair.
Bet.
I'm like partially deaf, so you know. Okay.
You know what? I'm not, so I'll take your word for it. I'm just loud.
She also gets high.
Also can't see blues, so I guess that's what I got going for me.
Alright. Tanks, healers, tethers.
You put regen up.
Y'all are doing everything.
Cool. We're doing everything.
Neato.
DPS, remember to scoot back a little bit and stay together.
Yeah, stay stacked.
A little on me. A little further back.
Okay, I'm good.
I do not get disease. There we go.
Sheen, come grab
I
each
still
other.
have it.
Oh, what? Okay.
Bye-bye.
Well, goodbye.
I got her.
Sages noises. Okay, are you almost dead?
Keeps lifestyle.
It is lifestyle. Oh, I could not go stand at that. That's a no-no.
Well, at least, for the most part, we're getting below there.
Getting better.
So that's good.
Yeah, we're getting better.
One mechanic at a time. Now this
It's a shit show.
shit show. If we, I mean, honestly, if we get Phoenix now, it's pretty much the hardest mechanic in the fight. At least it's up front.
Yeah, even when I see what other people still doing, it's still rough.
Yeah, it's just the hardest mechanic.
Lighting water.
Water.
Knockback.
Stack.
Knockback. Your healer groups. Not too. Yeah, don't angle yourself too much. You get knocked back into that. Okay. Lightning. Spread. Let's see which way.
Ow.
Other than shift, it is a knockback.
Damn
Spread. We need to come up with a strategy for that. This is.
For me, I ran north by the time I realized I was in
I'll inform us.
Appreciated. What do I think, John?
We'll just. We're not gonna probably see the.
Just trying to do this for mechanic.
I'm getting Adria.
Poisonous.
Yeah, should have healed. Oh.
I don't have the MP to raise.
But I don't know. We should probably focus on Phoenix, getting into that.
We need to do this first before orbs.
This is orb. This will be orbs.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be in clock position for orbs anyway.
Yeah,
So-
we're gonna need clock positions to make it.
Willow,
easy,
we're
but-
traveling together.
Oh, he does another book. Jeez.
Yeah, there's a lot of healing.
Look at all these orbs.
Oh, I got 2 on me.
Okay. Oh, that's,
No,
wait,
I'm gone.
Yeah. We'll have
Yeah.
We'll go over that, but I'd rather get next.
We could do that with 2 people, like, traveling around each other. So you'd split up into 2 and just travel around the boss.
Yeah, we have to get clock positions, and then basically you would just.
So basically, DM and John would be together, and then we'll worry about it after we get the other ones.
Yeah, let's get Pnex clean first.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Are we really attached to the way the markers are?
No.
Because I'm having a really hard time finding north, south, east, west. Can we do like cardinals further out and inner cardinals in, or vice versa? Like with the way they are, it's just hard for the. I don't see it very well.
Here, I'll mark the
so some distinction between cardinals and inner
as
cardinals is really helpful for me.
Letters. Let's do this.
I appreciate that.
D. And we'll do. I don't know. What we would need. Let's just. Yeah, I'm gonna mark 1. Go back these squares to.
So
there we go. I don't know. This is a. Here, I'm gonna overwrite it. Well, at least we have the cardinal mark. I don't know what to do with the numbers for now, but.
No, that's fine. And if
helps.
if this screws people up, we can go back to the way it is. It's just I'm used
that's
to.
what you meant by attached to the market. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, the other one was screwing me over in other ways, so I prefer this one.
That's fine. No, like I said, when we're setting up markers, we don't
I
entirely know.
actually think this is what everyone else uses for P1.
Yeah, well, then there you go.
I think I'll have to go look after we're done.
Are we against trying the uptime strat?
Oh, I don't care.
For
I mean,
PX?
for us, like, it would be beneficial to us 3.
Just because I feel like it takes out a lot of the variability out of it as well. Like, everyone has spots where they go to 100% of the time. Like, basically you're just moving back and forth between lightning and fire. Group 1. Group 2 is just the range group is basically just standing there, and if it's water, they just pop. They actually pop their their knockback resist from water. Because the thing is, for the cape combination, it comes out a lot slower. So, like the second the spreader stacks, so it's a lot easier to get into those positions than it is for the first one, because that comes out really quick. But it's up to everyone else. We only have 3 melees, so.
So would it be both tanks and Raven and a healer?
Yes, and then we have the advantage
everybody
of having
else, or
3
you
range.
still-
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
the image I sent there they probably mitigate heavily because they have a 3-5 stack, but we have 3 range, so we wouldn't even need to worry about that. So basically, group 1 would be like you pull the boss towards between lightning and fire. Group 1, so that takes the okay. So lightning is already resolved because group 2 goes to the edge. Group 1 goes to the edge. So lightning, if it's lightning first, resolved. Doesn't matter. And then if it's fire, it's also resolved because you're already in your groups. So that combination. If it's spread, then after the lightning goes off, group 1 would just spread around the boss, which would be John would just stay north of the boss. I could go south. Raven would go to the side, and then the other healer can go out or to the other side. And then the other group, the range out here, would just spread. They have a lot of real estate to work with, because poison will always be, as you see by that diagram, pretty far. So they'll have a lot of room to spread. And then water, they just knock back immune. So that resolves that mechanic. And then fire, again, already resolved, you're in your groups. And then poison is spread. So like it seems to resolve every combination with very minimal movement.
So I need to bullet between lightning and
If we
Yeah,
want to
this
try,
is easy.
I'm not saying we have to go with this.
let's give it a shot.
It's just, you know, move or don't move, and even if you're moving, you're
So we
barely
have to.
moving.
So just to recap, then we're reworking the group. So John, myself, Raven, and one of the healers is in this group now. If we want to try this, we'd have to rework the group. And then, so the second peanut. So if it's like, let's say, lightning, fire. Yeah. So because for the cone, you have to follow him anyway. So it makes no sense to have. So if it's cone and then lightning.
I mean, this
We'll give it
this
a go.
can only really be set up for the first
First
one,
one.
right?
Well, and that's I think that's the point.
Okay, so second one we're still trying
Second-
to spread around.
But again, the second one we have a lot more time to resolve
Okay.
it. So like, for example, if the second one is lightning and it's cape, well, we have to go to the edge anyways. So the first hit's always going to go off. I think it's first hit, cape or sword, second element,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Yes.
So if it's cape, we have to run up to the edge wherever he's, because we gotta get knocked back. So I don't think there's a sense of popping your knockback resist for cape anyways, because if he does southerly shift, he's going here. We all have to, and it's lightning, we all have to be here anyways, because otherwise we're gonna die. So we run to wherever he is to get knocked back, and it resolves the lightning at the same time. And then we get so much time to resolve stack or spread after that that it's really irrelevant.
Get so much time you forget that you have to do it.
Yeah, as long as you, I mean, you get enough time to get out of whatever puddle it is and get into your groups. So, and if it's sword and lightning, again, you have to run up to him. And if it's water, I guess if it's water and cape, you just get ping-ponged around, I guess. Well, no, you would, no, you can use your knockback resistance if it's second.
Yeah, to time it if you want to dodge both of them with a knockback resist.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. That's the only combination I'm a little hesitant about, is if it's water second combined with cape. Because if it's water with sword, you just get knocked back to where he is on the side. It's not
Yeah.
a big deal. But okay, let's try that. So myself, John, Raven, and which healer is coming with us?
I can.
Okay, so Gene will come with us, and then Min
Yeah.
and all the ranged will. So basically, you're gonna be between water and fire is where you guys will be.
Yeah.
So we're using the knockback immune on
The water.
instead of tape. Okay.
Alright, let's go shot.
I'm
give it a
assuming
try.
I'm sitting on wherever this Reaper is.
Oh, no, yeah.
I don't think
knockback
uptime
resist
hurts at all either, because you know uptime is always a good thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make it more brain dead, honestly. But
Um.
and if it gives us uptime, so be it.
Shield up. Regen 2.
Tanks with each other.
DPS is doing nothing.
Yep. Tanks healers are doing
Start
well.
moving back a little bit.
Stay stacked. DPS. And again, for the tanks healers that are collecting the disease, once you collect it, you can just move forward a little bit. Like,
Alright, I'm
and
good.
and then just stay here. Yep, got tethers. Go, just like that. Here.
That was close.
Yeah, I know. I got a little closer.
No, I was like, I think this is alright. It was not alright.
Shit.
Alright, regen.
Alright, first peanut. So we'll take him between lightning and fire. the range group will be between fire and water. Other groups between with John.
I'm standing with.
Oh, that's
So we're
as far as
standing
that.
where?
Oh, that's fine. Just
That's
you can
fine.
still with lightning. So we get on the fire tile, our group, and then it's fire, and then we stay in our groups. I guess we have to move faster, but that's fine. And then we move over here and stack. Oh, you were a little. Yeah, other than that, that
too
was
slow,
clean,
yeah.
So we use knockback from the north.
Sword, knockback, and then sword.
Yeah.
So we get knocked back, and then we stay here, and then the spread. Yeah, I like this. This is good.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah.
I just fucked up.
That was clean. Apart, I mean, people just got knocked back.
I mean, it's our first time doing it.
It's clean
Yeah,
apart
no,
from
I
me
like
just standing
that.
there with my thumb up my ass going, I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Okay, Raven's gonna quickly go use the restroom. Give me a second.
Wait, okay.
Water.
Water would be
Water
safe
safe.
here.
It's one of our clock positions anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I like this strat for PX. Makes it really clean.
I think it'll help.
You guys want to just wall it since you
Yeah,
can't
we
do
should.
it anyway?
Yeah. And Raven, I think already went water.
So let's change everything right now while Raven's away.
Yep. Change it again. No,
Yeah, going back
that
to what we were
strat
doing,
was that strat was amazing. Yeah, the only thing is you have to watch. So like our group there, you just gotta watch to not be on the tile. So like lightning was first, so he'd be over here.
Yeah, I was just a
And then
second too
fire,
slow.
you would just move over here and stay with your group like that. You literally move 2 steps, and that's the whole mechanic.
Okay, so my group's looking for fire, water, and basically, yeah, no.
Yeah, you would just see
Dance
which
back
one.
and forth between those two tiles.
Yeah, if it's fire and water or any combination of those, just make sure you're not on it and you're resolving. Well, fire is resolved, you're already stacked in your group, and then water you just pop your knockback, and then as long as you're not on the tile itself, you're done. That's all
Yeah.
your group has to do.
We have
pretty
to
brain
figure out
dead.
a little bit because we have 3 DPS in my group, so it's not just stay against the wall. So if Raven wants to be like towards the
Well,
away
Raven's not in your group, so.
no on
Raven-
your side, because
Oh,
on if you're looking at the picture, we can have one of the more mobile ranged, or probably Willow, kind of sneak into that towards that samurai position when we spread, as long as Raven's a little bit more to that side.
oh yeah.
I mean, I could do that. I was just asking if we were gonna do that if it was poison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
if-
like
Sorry,
I
go
said,
ahead.
there's just one extra person in our group than on that picture, so just knowing that if you adjust a little bit away from our group. So I'm gonna volunteer Willow because I'm probably
dude
going to be
can
standing
move.
there.
Yeah,
casting
Well,
heal.
I can-
parents should be standing. You know, parents probably not going to move.
Parents not
So for the spread, let parents stay. Willow can
I can
fuck off
just
to the
move you guys.
right,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean you have 4 directions, so parent can stay. Like if it was C, Willow could go this way. Adria could go left. You can go forward. Then that's 4 spots. Up, left, right, center.
Well,
Easier than P3 spreads, honestly.
Like mage up times go.
yeah.
P3
So,
spreads. Yeah, it's also Black Mage uptime strat, because he doesn't have to move for any of this, basically. Except for, like,
Oh,
maybe moving a little bit between tiles.
If we're on the wall, parent's not moving. Adra, are you gonna go kind of along the wall towards the boss, or along the wall away from the boss? Because if Willow's gonna sneak in
I'll go along the wall behind.
behind the boss. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll sneak along the wall towards the group. That'll actually help with heals too.
You get a lot of range. Like, even if Adria spread over here, like, let's say that's where he was between lightning and fire, you could spread this far, I can still hit him from here with Holy Spirit. So, you get a lot of room to flex.
What I'm more concerned about is
Adria.
people, like, on my screen I look ahead of somebody, but on their screen they look ahead of me, so we're running in the same directions, trying to spread in the same directions, and I'm just trying to avoid that. So,
Understand.
Can't believe Adria has infinite uptime.
The new fizz ranged. I like this ability. Oh, it does. And then DPS gets
Time to get my MP then.
so you take DPS red. And then you'll come get your diseases from us. Once you get your diseases, stack behind the boss.
Hi.
Matched.
Adra. Oh yeah, okay. And then go stack on. Yeah, this is. That was really slow. Yeah. Yeah, like when you're grabbing your disease, don't like quickly run and then run back. Like you can stand on us for like, just stand on us and watch your watch until you have the debuff, and then move back. Because if you just do this, then it's probably not going to snapshot. So you just like run, take out the disease, and go straight back. And I realized this, like I had to stand in the group that one pull for like 2 seconds before it snapshotted. So it's pretty picky.
So how about that Steam Deck?
I've heard about it, but I haven't
looked
heard
much
any
into
use.
it.
I have a Switch, why should I care?
Okay, like is it
Because
something?
it runs more than Nintendo games.
I don't even use my Switch.
That I'm getting a fucking deck because apparently it can run Elden Ring and my computer can't.
What? Tank Sealer is that's crazy. My computer probably couldn't run that.
My computer can't run much.
And DPS disease, same as last time. DPS fan out.
Give me your COVID.
Okay, COVID going out right now. DPS come get it. Okay, and once you get it, go stack up. Okay, tethers. All tanks and healers come grab everything. Okay, oh, everyone got one.
Regen up.
Alright, who didn't pop up? John, that looks like that hurts.
It tingles.
It's a flesh wound.
I don't know if he came across.
He just angers his way through it.
It tingles.
I mean, I was a witness.
Yeah, it's good. Good enough. It's not like fully at the wall.
That's probably what this is.
Okay, so it's water, yeah. Water and fire.
Fire.
Pop your
Oh,
knockback.
he can't be on this tile, can we?
I can just swap. Now you
Swap.
move.
Yeah, now you swap, yeah.
Okay.
Lightning and
Weapon
What?
shift.
the
is
sword. So
cone.
we're going here, here, here. You're gonna want to make your way over here. And spread.
Oh, really tight.
Hey,
Oh, that's really generous, though.
Yeah, like I said, it's
long.
easier to get the first one because, or, oh,
hey, clock spots.
I wasn't.
yeah,
looking
we'll
at
go
what the
over
other
that.
was.
now that we've got to a clean Phoenix.
Oof. That
Yeah,
was
sorry,
spicy.
that's my bad. Water. I thought he'd already hit the second one.
Moderate save.
There's quite a pause between the two hits.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of pauses between a lot of stuff
Yeah, that's the
I don't-
part.
Shield up.
here. Water. So, I mean, not like it matters, but
Or is it
we'll have to
three?
go over this.
Worry about water like at the very last.
Yeah. Like, we can go wherever we want until he casts the P move active DPS.
Alright, I'm a DPS.
Where's my buddy? Hi, parents.
I don't really have buddies, so
I'm guessing Adra.
Blood
I mean, we're gonna have to grab him.
I Raven, me and you.
Yeah.
Pop G,
Yeah,
and then
we're
we're
gonna
gonna pop
spread out at our clocks first and then partner up. I mean, all the
We
guys
should have
I've
been
seen.
at our clocks.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
supposed to.
Raven, with me.
Winging it.
Raven. Oh,
I'm dead. Because I popped it by myself.
get done.
Oh, I thought
Get
you
done.
were gonna pop first.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We need it.
I looked at 3 different strats, so I'm like, I don't know which ones you're doing, so...
That's why
It's
I
just
asked
hard
if you
when
were
we're not all in a position at first.
That was a good P-Nax though.
So I've seen it done a couple
like
different ways.
that.
Kind of depends on where our clocks are. If we're doing tanks, healers, cardinals, DPS, intercards, that's one way to do it. Or if the healers had shifted to be next to the healers and tanks, there's a different way to do it. So I mean, there's a couple different strategies.
So
I don't-
can we do it somewhere the
I'm
healers are
just
shifting?
looking.
Guys, I don't know
That's
what
the
strategy y'all
only one I
want. I don't know what strategy y'all saw.
I watched only one strategy because I didn't want this problem to happen. The Hector one.
Which is the tanks and
Has
healers
everyone
side by
seen the
side.
Hector one?
Yeah.
I already said I didn't do my homework.
So for the Hector one, healers are not going to be. They're not going to be east and west. They're going to be north.
Yeah, so let's
It's going to be
figure this
northwest and
out.
southeast.
Let
So,
me bring it up real quick.
Grab a clock.
So tanks north south, healers northwest.
So DM, I guess you're
southeast.
tanking at that point. Do you want to be north or do you? Since you'll be main tank at that point, or
Sorry, I'm just looking at the guide here.
Where
So
did you
okay,
see-
so they have tanks north, south. Yeah, I'll be north for that since I'll be tanking.
So healers are northwest and southeast, and then DPS are all the rest, the last 4 spots. And then when the balls come,
Raven, where are you going for your clock spot?
you're east.
So, Adra, I guess you're east,
Adra, go east.
and then
She'll be fake melee.
Raven's probably southwest for
Yeah, southwest.
positionals.
Yeah, southwest is easier. I don't know why they have the melee east-west there. That
I
makes
don't
no
know why
sense.
they do that. It
For
just
positionals, it makes no sense. Because if you're southwest, you can like hit both positionals.
But we're gonna be going in a circle anyway.
I know, but like at least up until the point where you have to pop the orbs, like you kind of pre-position yourself, right?
But is he
so-
positioned facing north or south?
He's gonna be
Facing
facing north.
He's gonna be facing me north. So
Okay.
yeah, it makes sense for Raven to be southwest. And then
oh, okay.
do we
I
rotate?
mean, I'll be with the ranged anyway.
So this way, are we rotating clockwise or counterclockwise?
We're rotating clockwise. The tanks and healers are gonna run together and pop the closest DPS orb, and then 2 DPS will run together and pop the closest healer or tank orb.
So John and I will shift and pop
Raven's
Raven's orb.
and then
Shit,
Willow's
where
orb.
are you?
so wait, so it would be myself and Jean would pop Parent's orb.
No. Clock. Like counterclockwise. My bad.
Oh wait, oh
We're going
okay.
counterclockwise,
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah, like going the other way.
I mean, it
Okay,
doesn't
so
matter,
myself
just
and
pick
Jean.
one.
Well, okay, myself and Jean, it's still the same. Would pop
Yeah.
Willow's
We'll pop
orb.
Willow's.
Willows, okay.
Willow and Raven
Willow
will
and
pop
Raven will
John.
pop mine. Me and
John
Men
and
will
Min will
pop
pop
Adra's.
Adra's. Me
And then
Adra
we
will
would-
pop Ian's.
And then we would keep rotating and pop the.
But after we pop the first one, everyone
Ravens.
needs to get healed, and then we rotate clockwise again, and we pop the last 4.
Yeah,
So John
so
and I will pop Adra's
And-
and then
and-
pop Parents. We're not adjusting. We're not. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
go
just
around the
next one,
circle.
next one. Yep.
Just like that,
Okay.
go around the circle.
Okay.
yeah, we don't have to go out or anything. We just stay around the boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
From
I mean, you-
looking
Aware?
at my work.
Be aware, I'm going to pop Expedient, and I have 1 instant heal outside of a delay for my fairy. So if you just haul ass to the ball, you will not be topped off in time. We had this issue with Emerald. Jean has a couple of AoE instant heals, but they have a GCD. So again, don't just haul ass.
I mean, you don't have to you don't have to pop them both right away. You can give it a little bit of time for those heals.
I mean, I can pop a Liturgy of the Bell there too.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that'll help,
That'll be a big
but,
help.
but you're gonna be speedier than normal. Be
I like
nice
that.
to your healers.
Man, you did this to yourself.
It's a 10% mitigation. I'm helping myself. I'm just
Okay, so
telling y'all
yeah.
to slow the
That's-
fuck down.
So these markers work for clock spots pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
just, yeah. The cardinal ones are a little further out. Okay.
I just know I'm going to 4.
Oh, also, so that strat completely like negates the need to think about your acting as X debuff because you're gonna solve it anyway by the time you pop the second
Yeah.
one. Okay, so get to your clock spots, rotate
And then it's
counterclockwise.
and then it's tethers again on top of towers.
Yeah.
Easy. Okay.
It's
That being
basically the
said,
same as basically the same
Well,
as Blood Rage with towers.
yes, but whoever's in towers doesn't get the tethers. Whoever that does.
Can't believe we're actually almost like seen every mechanic in this fight already.
I told you, it's the easiest thing ever. Come on
Just gotta
now.
do the mechanic.
Then we just have to, it's,
Yeah, then
Wait.
I'm worried about the DPS check a little bit. I'm not gonna
I mean, we'll get there eventually.
lie. DPS get tethers. It is a tight check. I know we can do it.
Alright, I know a guy.
DPS tethers and tanks healers get.
Same thing as usual.
Yummy.
So DPS stack up, yeah.
He's coming out.
Once you get the disease, remember to stack up.
For diesel.
I'm
Y'all
good.
want
Okay, go
my-
get the disease.
Y'all want my COVID?
Alright, disease stack up, disease stack up. Disease stack up. Gene, oh boy. Oh,
Oh.
boy. Yeah, he's supposed to stack up here.
Hey, don't
Yeah.
forget there.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
once you have the disease, you can stack back up.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah.
How dare you get distracted?
Oh, look, a penny.
Yeah, I know. ADD kicking in.
Would you look at that? It's in the spikes.
That's unfortunate. I got.
Bah.
I almost saw you win it.
You were gonna. It'd be hilarious if I psyched you out and you. I backed out last minute and you jumped in.
Someone has done that to me before with the death wall. I will never trust you ever again.
DPS tethers.
Good morning. I didn't.
Tanks healers. I like how we call it disease instead of roll call.
I mean, it's just COVID.
I mean, it spreads like it's elegant.
I gotta grab it.
Okay, go grab it. Then come stack back up north of us. And then DPS, go get your tethers. Don't move until everyone has a tether. Okay. Yep, we're good. Spread out.
We were fine.
There was some movement.
I mean, it was me. I said we were fine. Look, I only fucked up one time and never ever again afterwards.
Ready to get to one.
I did.
Only
I
one
got
mistake.
my one.
Thought we were gonna get rolled first.
Almost there, baby.
Can't believe no one's cleared this still.
That's fun. Life's so
Hey, I guess
easy.
everybody else just sucks.
Hello, friends.
Lightning first. Then spread.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Damn, why?
Ooh, ouchies.
Well, I didn't know. You didn't say which way you were going.
I already made
It's
it clear
Cape.
I was going this way. What do
Cape
you
to
mean?
D. Cape to D. Yeah. Whoa.
DM.
And then it would be healers.
Have everybody to-
This combination is probably the worst, in my opinion.
It's a bad combination.
I appreciate
Because
it.
you get knocked back, but then you also have to get new groups, but that one square is bad, so we could just have the melee group 1, get close to the boss, and group 2 just stays back where they got knocked back to. I think that's probably the
Yeah,
best way to do it.
it's honestly, from what I've seen from people do, is the easiest. Okay,
Yeah.
so DM, you know next time that I'm going that way, right?
You're going to the right. Okay, so John's staying in front of the boss. You're going to the right, facing the boss.
Mhm.
I will go left. Well, actually, I'll go straight
mean,
south.
I
I'll go
could
straight south.
but whatever.
I thought you were going south because of positionals.
I mean, I was headed on my way there, but you followed me.
Yeah, you
I moved back, and Willow
Remember
moved
we
in.
discussed
That's why we
parents
lived. You stayed.
No, DM, I think I should go south for my position.
Yeah, go south for your positional. I'll go right, and Jean can go left, facing the
I
boss.
didn't know why you were following me. I was making my way back there.
Yeah, I assumed you were going.
I was like, what are you
So
doing?
I went right, and then, yeah, it's quick there. So sprint probably helped us.
I'll sprint.
That spread comes out really quick.
Yeah, unfortunately. You have to move like the second that it goes off afterwards.
Yeah, as soon as the tile explodes.
Yeah, that's when you need to go. We're fine, we got Crest going.
Okay, DPS are getting the tethers.
We're doing everything.
Yep. Sure enough.
Still participating.
Y'all might want to
Gold
scoot back
star.
a little bit when we go up there, though.
There, we're screwed. Alright, come get your diseases. If you need it. Alright, and then get your tethers.
Oh, I have.
Okay.
Ta-da!
What's this? Bad shit. Something like that. Fake it till you make it, right? I did that.
I clicked the wrong button. I don't want anyone to talk to me.
So Raven, how you doing?
I'm upset.
Your parse, you know. This is the
My
clear. This
my
is the
shit
low
my
first.
shit part. You know what? Every time I do bad, we clear. Have you noticed that?
We ain't clear. Let's be real.
Come on now, it was a bad joke. Where are my friends at?
Dying alongside.
Oh no, y'all are living.
Lightning. And fire. So, lightning goes on. So take a step to the left. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. Knockback.
Shit.
It's cape, so we're getting knocked back this way. Oh boy. And then spread.
Woo!
We spread.
So my question on that is,
Like, everyone can come back to middle for that, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be...
I just use knockback indication for that one.
Yeah, you can use... If you didn't use knockback mitigation there. You can use it for the cape.
The only time that you would need to use the knockback before that is if it's water.
Yeah, but so the issue is if you use it for the water, you're not gonna have it for the cape, so you gotta be aware of that. But there's basically he's gonna teleport to the middle, and if it's lightning, you're gonna just end up going to him anyways, regardless of where he is, because if it's cape, you gotta be on the edge and you're gonna get knocked back. And if it's lightning and sword, you gotta be on his sides, so that's easy. If it's water, then you just get knocked back to where he's gonna go, and then if it's cape and water, you just get ping-ponged around. But you can actually gap close. If you have a gap close, you can gap close to cancel the knockback of the cape. So if you want uptime there, that's the way to do it. And especially everyone but Jean could gap close there, and we're already in our group for fire.
I mean, mine teleports me halfway across.
Best I got is sprint.
Yeah. So basically, for that, it's best to just return, like after the first Pnex, return to the middle, see where he's going, and go there, because you have to go there, or if it's water, get knocked back to where he's going. So if it's lightning, just go to where he's gonna go. If it's water, get knocked back to where he's gonna go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, let's go where he's going. Okay.
Hey, shred that guitar solo.
Yeah, it's right there.
Working.
What if I did a cosplay of him? Would anyone be impressed?
I probably would be.
Hi, my name's Raven, and I like to sniff my own butthole.
You like my comebacks, you know you do.
What was it? That was dying.
And DPS disease. The DPS man out.
Get me your COVID. Never mind, I have the
DPS,
COVID.
come and get it. Come get your disease, and then go. Remember to stack behind the boss once you get it.
Okay, wait.
Okay. And then, oh boy. Okay. Okay, we don't get it.
It's fine.
I just watch her, you know? I'm looking out for the DPS, the homies.
Over here thinking, why the fuck am I the one moving? Why ain't you moving?
I mean, you and I both had COVID first. I was making sure your safety was in top priority.
Benny, so tasty.
This is what I get for being friendly. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Water.
Water and spreads. Pocket knockback.
Hi. On.
And lightning. So watch where he's going. He's going to C.
Out.
And it's Cape.
Why is it always
you would stand
completely
here.
across from where I am?
Yep. And then you would. Boom.
Man, I forgot where I was that pool.
Single time.
And then it's yours next.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you just have to, like, as you're running, I can call, if you want, I can try call out the letter, like, where we're going.
No, it's always going to be directly across from where I am. I'm good.
I mean,
not always, it's just...
You could call it out.
We have a 100% success rate right now.
Could call it out. I'm just dumb.
again, the thing is, like, you should be moving toward, like, after the first Pnax resolves, you should be running into the middle anyways. Because if it's water, you need to be in the middle. So, look, and you have lots of time. So, like, first Pnax resolves, you move here, and he teleports. You move when he does. When he teleports, you move to middle with him. Figure out where he's going, and then just either get knocked back or use rescue across the map. Woo! Yeah. That way you're not caught out being here, and if he teleports and then you're waiting for him to give a signal, then you might have to run too far.
I'm so proud of us.
Can't wait till we get to the part where we're actually used to the mechanics.
What are these then?
This is just a test of your reflexes.
A test of your reflexes.
True.
That's such a great instance. It's so beatable.
Tank sealers tether. Man, I wish I was a doctor, because then I could mean that even more. Every time
you can do that as you are now, but with numbers.
DPS disease. DPS fan out?
Everything.
No, tank sealers are good. Tethers. Oh right, sorry. Tank sealers. Come get your disease. There we go. And then once you have your disease, stack behind. Okay, we're gonna go get tethers. There we go.
Itty bitty living space.
Yep.
Are you Mickey Mouse?
I got that reference, don't worry.
About to be.
I mean, yeah, but I meant the noise you made, damn.
Or like a goofy.
Oh yeah.
I'll fucking do it
Fucking
again.
do it again.
You know, he does shake me up.
Oh shit, I missed it. Oh fuck, I hit my dog. Worth it. Oh, he's fired lightning always north.
No.
No,
It just,
we
it's
just
just,
went
it's
the
just
other way.
been that way for the, yeah.
Last time.
No, last time it was east.
Water, so, and spread. So pop your knockback, then spread. Shit, and then it's lightning. So come to the middle. Come to the middle. So he's going to be, and it's cape. So we're gonna be right here. Right here. On the oh, not on the lightning square though.
Man, I wasn't even on that
Oh,
square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
a
you don't want to be
cool
on the
game.
light. So you go to where he is, but you don't want to be on. So it's like here.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. That's where I was.
Like you
hates me.
basically. And the thing is, also you want to be like hugging the line. Basically, you want to be really close because if you're like here, you get knocked into that puddle on the other side. So you want to be really hug that line when you get knocked back. And yeah. Other than that, that was good.
We're getting it.
I'm
And
digging
for
this fight, bro.
Stacks is
Hello.
my group
Here we go.
basically behind him. Or okay, some people are walling it, some people are not. Okay.
I don't look. I don't have a nice amount of time to wall in this fight, so I'm gonna take advantage of the spikes.
Hey, it's a unique death wall. Okay, I'm taking.
I
advantage.
save.
Alright, remember.
Even likes getting.
Oh, ES is gonna pull. Alright. What a
She's
brief-
not targetable anymore.
John, listen, hear me out.
Go on.
Yes.
So
Thanks for
after
coming to my TED talk.
after knockback in that particular situation, my group would be. Is the uptime group gonna be like underneath the boss and we're max melee, or?
Are you talking about cape? Like if it's cape there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if it's cape and fire, then we will be under the boss stacked. You guys can just stay where you get knocked back to if you really want to. Like, you guys get knocked back, the rest of us will move forward and be like right by the boss.
Okay.
And then if it's stack and spread, we spread around the boss in the exact same positions we had for the previous, like, that we arranged, and you guys can spread out where you get knocked back to. Easy peasy.
No one better take south. That's my territory.
I'm really digging this strat though.
Yeah, I prefer it over the other
for
shit.
the first peanuts.
Still good.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't work for the second one, but the second one, it doesn't matter as much because it's not as quick and it's... Tank series... Or, yeah, tank series turret. It's not as quick and you have to resolve the sword cape bullshit anyways. And then DPS disease, hey, it's this pattern again.
Give me your code.
It is done.
Okay, thanks.
Should I make a coughing sound every time you come over here? Okay, come
No,
get it.
I don't need to go get that.
Come get it. If you need it. Okay. Willow's turn, and then stack mine. Get tethers. Make sure everyone's got one. Excellent. Oh man. It's so beautiful.
Oh my god, thank you. I showered today.
Congratulations.
That's an accomplishment.
Some days.
Hey, some
I
days
shower
that is.
every
Some
day,
days that
okay?
is. Hey, I was only half joking.
The only annoying part about this hair color is like not like washing my hair all the time anymore. So I could only like wash it like with shampoo and conditioner like 2 or 3 days. That's still a lie now that I think about it. See, now it's south. I need you to move with you, sir. Water.
Spread. Knock. Right. So go to middle. Go to A. Cape. So get knocked back into. Wait, sorry. You want to get knocked back into this way? Actually, I'm not
Man, the angle.
Not on the fire.
I'm
Be on
not.
there.
Where's like the... Okay.
Yeah, everyone got knocked
Everybody
back.
stayed.
Yeah, we needed to stack back up for the other stacks.
Yeah.
Everybody moved.
I guess that was okay. So if you get knocked back into, because they're okay. So for that combination, if one of the tiles is unsafe, so in that case fire, you want to make sure that everyone gets knocked back into the tile that was safe, which was in that case lightning, because lightning goes off before the knockback, so it's fine.
I mean, fire. I mean, you could have gone out really quickly. It still takes some time. to go
Yeah,
off.
it's just easier because that way.
I just got
again
knocked
the range group. Like if everyone's getting knocked back, the range group ideally would just stay still there because it was fire, and then the rest of us would just move forward and it would dissolve. Whereas if it's fire, then everyone's panicking because like, okay, the range group, some people are gonna go this way, range group, some people are gonna go out that way, and it's just chaos.
I mean, it's okay. It's practice.
I must kill chaos.
Chaos. Madge.
Yeah, so it's just easier if we get knocked back into the safe tiles, because then there's no more adjustments needed.
They're making me move. So God, they know.
Yeah. Wait, you know.
Spag did say good luck on Black Man in this fight.
I have to move because I'm gonna be the min.
Wait. You don't have to move unless it's spread there.
If it's spread, I don't move. If it's stacked, I have to move where min.
Yeah, but min should be getting knocked back with everyone. Everyone gets knocked back in the same direction. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, tanks healers
And
get.
not in the.
Tanks healers get tethered.
That's the last time I
DPS
can-
get the disease. DPS fan out. Get the disease. Once you get it, go stack back. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, my reprisal, I used it a bit late, so it wasn't quite happening. Usually I reprise.
Spicy.
Love that sound. The click.
I just love him.
Do you have anything you don't like about him?
It's like a truck.
He,
You gotta find. You gotta have a con.
I mean,
some people are
he
into
kills me, you know?
Also, he's doesn't exist.
Lightning,
I mean, he exists in my mind.
spread. Oh, Raven, no, Raven's dead. Goodbye. And
Shut up.
Just that booty too much.
I was.
So we would get knocked back into D. Oh, knocked back to D. Like right here.
I didn't mean to tell you
Yeah.
to shut up. I'm just having a tough.
And then it's what, cape? Oh no, sword. Okay.
It's sword?
I didn't see, because everyone's dying.
Listen. Hear me out, DM. It was not my fault. Anyway, that was my con of him.
He hits like a truck. Hey, some people are into that. Okay.
I mean, there's certain things I'm okay with. That's not one. You know what? I don't feel like I need to explain myself anymore. I'm gonna play from underneath my desk.
Just like two hands. Head bowed in shame.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
This fight's like a Shakespearean tragedy. I do everything right and then I look up and everyone's dead.
That's how I
No,
feel.
that's also P3.
That is P3.
And P2 and P1.
Look up, everybody's dead. Some underage kids are trying to get married. I don't know, it's weird.
Alright, look, that was my second mistake. I lied. There was gonna be another one.
Alright, 3 strikes, you're out though.
No. Not again.
We're going with baseball rules.
I hated baseball. I played softball and I witnessed my sister get hit in the eye and I said, yeah, I think I'm good.
You would think that the abundance of lesbians would have called that.
Well, I am bisexual if that answers any questions you have.
Oh, wow.
Remember how I said earlier I don't ask questions?
Tank healers tethered.
What, you want me to lie?
No, I just wasn't gonna ask the question.
Tank healers disease.
You both.
Man, we're doing everything.
Oh, y'all are doing
Gotta
everything.
do everything around
No, guys,
here.
stand together.
Yeah, DPS stay stacked. DPS stay stacked.
I'm
Solidarity.
busy laughing at my own jokes.
I gotta grab it.
Disease. And then John grabs
Okay.
it. Tethers. Grab tethers.
I just teach you.
One more. Yep. Go.
You and your wife both.
Before we get along.
Yeah, that's why we're all friends.
That she's smelling hot.
Ooh. Spicy.
Compliment.
You know, respectful.
What's the opposite of sleeping on the couch?
Oh shit! I used Benny somewhere. Sorry. Okay, where's the fat fingered it?
Benny, look down.
Everything's fine.
Look, this is all my fault.
I was like, oh, that shouldn't be on cooldown.
Fine, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, that's good. Got it fixed.
Alright, this time I won't just not look.
Alright, whatever. Okay, it's water and spread.
Spread.
Poppy knockback.
Excuse me.
Ooh!
I
Okay,
killed
so it's
Sean,
lighting,
no.
watch. A is going to A. It's sword. So get right against the wall. And then it'll be healer grooves.
It's too slow.
Man, I fucking run so fucking slow.
And then here we would, yeah, the...
Man, there she is.
Right here.
This is
You
gonna be
ran
a
straight to
pain
me and then
in
said,
the
"Where am I?"
ass.
But I mean, at the same time, there was a healer dead, so I think I got both of them.
Hey,
Yeah.
John, I'm sorry,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
didn't mean to do that to you.
It's all good.
No. I popped it. I just popped it too early.
The timing for that, if you're wondering, so if you look at the water spout, right about a second or two before it goes off, it'll sort of have a little splash animation. It'll psh. That's a good time to pop it if you're looking for that.
Damn, I know. I just hit it when there was.
Oh, okay. No,
sploosh
I
at
wasn't sure if
first.
you knew that because.
No, I know. I just popped it way too early that time.
You know that. You know how
I
to-
usually.
Yeah, if you stare at it, you'll see that the water, well, all the elements
Yeah.
really, they'll spurt a little, they'll like jump, and then if you see that jump, you can immediately
That's
take a
when.
knockback.
Yeah, that's when. I'm just an idiot, and I said, "Hey, that looks cool."
You could also do it by GCDs if you're like. I don't know exactly how many GCDs it is after, but you can also time it by that.
Oh, I'm glad my party chat is covered. Can't take you guys anywhere.
All right, thanks for coming, guys.
Yes,
It was
yes,
fun.
kid.
This in my family friendly stream here.
Oh, I've been
My
talking
Christian
about
Minecraft
sniffing.
server.
I've been talking about
Family-friendly
sniffing
asterisk.
for the past like 3 hours. Where's my bonk sound effect?
Problem with morning jail is
Tears
everyone in it is
my
horny.
eye. I need to roll up
look,
a piece of newspaper.
I never
and
leave
bonk
morning
your
jail.
wife, bro.
I'm okay with that.
But you have to do it with the sound effect, the bonk.
Concerned bonk.
No, we're not having this conversation again, because then I'm just gonna out myself more.
Go on.
May I help you?
I was waiting for
Man,
expose.
it's weird whenever you don't have good sleep one minute.
Wait till you're
Suddenly the whole world is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm a fossil.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and
What does that make us?
ancients.
DPS get tethered. You're of the ancients.
Man, I was targeted at fucking parent this whole time. Goddamn time. I was trying to beat you up.
Tanks healers get dizzy. DPS stay stacked.
I'm doing my positional.
Okay, go get you.
I need to get disease.
And then once you get it, come back up, stay stacked. Let DPS come get your tethers.
Tethers, get tethers.
Oh, no. Yeah, remember you gotta wait for everyone to get the force spreading. I know it's the urge to grab it and run is strong. Cause that's what we do literally for all the other tether mechanics. It's like for P2, grab tether, run.
Man.
P3, grab tether, run.
Parent, you did that on purpose, huh? You got rid of
Bro.
half of my health there.
Dead ass, I thought I was the last one to go into the green, so I just like fucking
Nah.
booked it.
I booked it.
Alright. Couple more.
Hey, look, the benefit here is minus a few setbacks. We're getting through Pinex pretty nice.
Oh, this is definitely improvements.
Yeah. Minus, you know, Raven doing her thing where she's like, oh, that's cool, and then goes and dies. Yeah.
And
Right,
again,
right.
P-Nex is its own thing.
Oh, shiny
There's so
red
many
ball over here.
combinations.
Raven's Leroy Jenkinsing it.
Leave me, you know, I used to play that game a lot.
Put a decent amount back in the day.
Yep.
RuneScape.
Yeah.
I also played Maple Story way back.
Yo, same.
I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I played a
Didn't know what I was doing in that game, I'll be honest.
played a real mean amount of Wizard 101 back in the day.
DPS tethers.
What? I have more nerve problems than you, I'll have you know.
Takes healer's disease. DPS stay stacked up.
Probably not.
I mean, you could if you
I'll
wanted.
grab it.
I gotta grab it.
Okay. And then come back up, and then DPS will come grab tethers. Come get your tethers, everyone. Everyone's got theirs, I think? Yep, okay. Shit.
Why?
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming over. Oh god, I'm scared.
How you doing right there?
I said I was coming over. My position will leave me go this way.
Imagine having left and right positions.
Imagine having two.
Why I play tank? But I can be melee without having to wear those stupid
No,
positions.
no, here's why I don't play tank anymore. I like to play the no cooldown game, and people don't like that very much.
Okay, lightning. And then oops, oh easy powder. So it'll be water next. Okay, so stack. You group. Okay, everyone back to middle. We know it's water, so we gotta get knocked back to the west, and it's cave, so it's double knockback. Remember, don't be on the water tower. Do not be on the water tower. And then cave.
Shit!
Oh, ooh, okay, and then spread. Good.
Was not paying
A
attention
long
during
spread.
Yeah, you get lots of time.
that. Y'all are fine.
He's not gonna do it. Hey, free. Actually, I don't know. Is he gonna target the dead
He's
body?
gonna be-
Okay.
Now look at you. He's targeted the dead body. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he targets you.
Oh, so
If
he only
John-
does one hit. Okay, that's
Yeah, so he'll start off with John if you're dead, and then
Yeah,
go ahead.
it hit me.
Yeah.
Kicked it,
Oh well.
beat a dead horse, and then
You know what? I'm glad I'm dead, because now I get to watch him conquer all.
I feel like I'm down on one knee.
Oh, he's trying to propose. I'm ready.
Yeah, he's proposing ways to kill
I
you.
offer myself to you.
What's wrong with that? I don't know if you know this, parent, but I'm into older men.
Damn, I don't have anything for that.
sorry. No, parent, you should have said sorry to disappoint me. Alright, let's get one more pull. One more pull. Then
Yeah.
we'll pull it.
Okay, I'll stop.
One more pull. Yeah, you just gotta remember, like, when we go in the middle, or whatever it is, you just gotta not be on that towel. So if it's water, don't be on that water towel.
Yeah, I need to stop not when cape happens. I need to stop getting hit into an angle. It's very hard, man.
Not that.
I don't know my geometry.
Yeah, the only issue is, yeah, I guess you could knock that.
Raven corner pocket.
DPS,
tether.
Hi.
tethers. Yeah, that's why this mechanic is so different, is because there's so many combinations. Like, oh, what if he does this combo with this combo? Oh, but then he has this, and then oh,
we're
this tile
doing
is here.
we're doing everything.
Yeah,
Oh no!
yeah. DPS fan out. Come get your disease. Oh, okay, there we go. Get your disease. And then tethers. Yep, you're good.
Why did you make that switch to my side?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
She said don't worry about it. Or he said don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
I got confused who said what line. I'm like, wait.
Yeah,
Someone said don't
man,
worry
we
about
even sound alike.
it. Yeah, you do. Not gonna lie. 100%. I get you both mixed up all the time.
Look, I know I sound like a 12-year-old boy.
Whoa.
That was like a low blow there.
That was
Self-burn, and
backhanded.
then, you know,
That was smooth.
And she's broken. There it is.
she is
Alright,
from
but
Texas.
we accomplished
Masters-
that by the end of the night at least.
Masters of the backhanded.
Why are we all like...
Lightning?
We all like to kill me for whatever reason.
So after lightning, we're spreading.
Okay, I won't move this time.
You might as well spread right now.
Free spread.
Hey.
Yeah, you guys can.
I can't reach John.
Okay. Back to middle. It's knockback to
Oh.
B. We're
Oh,
getting
I
knockback
stepped in
to
the
B.
center.
Okay.
Oops.
And then it's healer stacks. Okay.
Forgot that would kill you.
And then we go back. Oh.
I
Yeah.
heard D.
Oh yeah. I'll
Movie.
I'll
Well,
I
I
just-
didn't die my angle that time.
My brain had the Windows shutdown sign or sound a few minutes ago. So.
yeah.
That's my favorite.
We did pretty good tonight anyway, so.
Good progress.
I mean, like I said, this is the
Oh,
hardest
yeah.
mechanic in the game. So, or in the game. What? Hardest
Hardest mechanic in the
not
game, guys. Ultimate. Let's do it.
This is
I feel
ultimate.
like I was about to say. I feel like you're forgetting ultimate there.
Why am I
Listen,
straddling this
Dragon
bike?
Song
I
War
don't like
Ultimate
this.
comes out 6.11. We got this.
I'm surprised.
You're stuck with me there too, parent. How did you know?
I just want orbs. I want them all.
So those tethers are okay. I see.
Does anyone want to play healer? I cannot play healer in an ultimate.
Look at this. No DPS.
DM, I hate to say this,
What? What do you
Die, please.
but you're gonna have every single orb.
I'll keep on.
Dude, it was taking you for a walk.
I was taking it till exactly 8:30, and then okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's called 1031.
Yeah, well,
Time zone.
That was
How do they work?
good
Miss
frog.
8-year-old boy.
I'm actually 1 minute behind because of our time zone, so there you go.
Slash doubt.
Yeah,
Alright, good progress, guys. So tomorrow,
See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow is PNX cleanup and hopefully orbs, and that's pretty much the fight. And then there's second set debuffs.
Then working on
And that's it. That's like it's rinse and repeat from there
Finish
after
cleaning
the
up.
debuffs and tethers. Yeah.
Good.
So yeah.
Good job.
Alrighty.
See you guys tomorrow.
Have a good
have a
night.
good night.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night, guys. Yep.
Alright, stream. A little bit of progress tonight. This is our first real night in. I thought we did pretty good. Had to adjust some strats to make it work for us, and I think we did. So, pretty pleased with the progress. First fuse, as long as we don't have a few bad combinations, we seem to be doing pretty good up to this PNX. The second one seems to keep catching me, at least, because I'm slow and apparently can't tell my directions. That's okay, we'll get it next time. So, tomorrow, starting at 8 Central, go to 10:30 Central, a little bit short stream tomorrow. I may start early just to hang around and chat, see. And then Tuesday, of course, we'll be starting the replayers. So, been here since the beginning. Thanks for hanging out. Joined sometime during the stream. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a good time. If you want to see past streams or just see what's been going on, catch me at I'm Johnny5 here, of course, on Twitter or YouTube. Yeah, so same name, all the places. So you can see past streams there if you want to see how we're doing some stuff. So with that, I will wish you a good night and catch you next time.